On Friday, August 13th, an all-new three-dimensional process will put you in the picture, whether you want to be there or not. Friday the 13th, Part 3 in Super 3D. Join Jason in the woods on his day, if you dare. Friday the 13th, Part 3 in Super 3D. Rated R.
Friday the 13th, Part 3 opens Friday the 13th at selected theaters and drive-ins.
New Line Cinema sadly mourns the passing of a screen legend. After 13 years of sending victims to their graves, Jason is finally going to his own. Jason Goes to Hell, the final Friday.
Welcome back to another episode of Horror 365 Live. I'm your host, the mouthpiece of the Northeast, Jay, and what a surprise! Please welcome back the one and the only Horror 365 Pot Over Here, Psycho Sammy Joe.
Hello, everybody. Good evening.
And she's back at it, back on the attack, Sammy. We're happy to have you back here, and of course, right below the man, the myth, the legend, the anesthesiologist, Swift Knox. What's happening, Swift? There we go.
Boom. Skull shot.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
Let's get it today. Today we have a very special episode. 100%, man. We have a special episode today. We got Big Ed Mckeever joining us, independent filmmaker, Big Ed. He's going to be coming on in about 10 minutes from now. Before we do that, I got a couple things shaking over here. So if you haven't done so already, please like, share, subscribe, spread the word. Horror 365 is live every Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern. So make sure you're tuned in. And yeah, make sure you check us out on Facebook at HorrorHeads365. On Instagram at horror.365. You can shoot us an email as well. horrorheads365@gmail.com. We had an eventful week yesterday, second episode of the Trailer Park. Today, we're live, and then tomorrow, we are live in person. Summerween, baby. Summerween is going down. Oh, yeah. That's right. Let's get it. Let's show them what we have shaking for Summerween.
So hot.
Tomorrow. Can't wait for this one. This is going to be something special. We got two bands performing, Corner, Uchikatsu. We got some vendors. Swift, take it away, man. Do those plugs. What's happening tomorrow night in Brooklyn?
Oh, man. Tomorrow night is the party of the summer, the hottest party of the summer. It's the place to be. It's Horror 365 presents Scream for Summerween. It's incredible. It's going to be crazy. We got DJ Shines making you feel fine, spinning on the ones and twos. We got two live performances by two dope bands. We got Kana, we got Uchikatsu. Uchikatsu, if you don't know, first of all, follow both of those bands. But if you do not know, Uchikatsu we can call it a traveling circus, a traveling attraction, a traveling dark carnival. We can call it all of those things. And they're going to be in the house and they're going to be fucking yikes. They're going to be turning it out. We're going to have, come out in your best cosplay because we're going to have a cosplay contest. So come on out. It's Summerween. Mix it up, bring that summer flavor with the horror sensibilities. Come on out. We're going to crown a cosplay champion. We're going to have tarot card reading. So everybody, you want to know what's in your future, you go to these tarot card reader. You go to the tarot card reader, you read those tarot cards. This place is going to be designed to the T, thanks to Yaya. We're going to have so much fun. The master of ceremonies, the MC of the night is the one and only from the bowels, from buried beneath the bowels of Bay Ridge, Brooklyn. The one and only Martin Monster. He's going to be in the house. He's going to be tearing it up. He's going to be doing it how only he could do it. We're going to do it how only we can do it. So the only thing you got to do is come and do it like only you can do it. Come on out. Get these tickets right now before they go up in price. It's 13 now. If you get it now, it's about to be 20. Get it while you still can. Come on out there and have a good time with us. This place is going to be crazy. I can't wait.
Oh, it's going to be jumping swift. Thank you for that right there. Can't wait for tomorrow. Sam, I wanted to give you the floor right now and talk to everybody what's been shaking. There's been people questioning, where is she? Where's Sammy Joe? I said, well, she's back now. So tell us what's going on in your world, Sam.
I've just been trying to find a new job. So that's been stressful, guys. But on top of that, just finished filming Clayton, which is the trailer should be out for Clayton. It's a feature-length horror movie. Should be out in like maybe October, November-ish. And then next week, I'm finalizing the anthology that's supposed to come out around Halloween. And then filming another feature-length film. But got to keep that kind of limited because I don't know what I can say.
We got to get the exclusive.
But it's all good stuff. It's amazing. I love the filmmaking. So stay tuned. Sam X Josie, that is my handle. And more updates coming soon. Lots of good stuff.
I love the filmmaking too, but the only thing is it takes you away from us. You know, the audience has been like, where is Sam? Where's Sam? Where's Sam? They want to know where Sam is. Well, Sam's
I know it's so weird, like not doing this on Wednesdays, like for the past 2 weeks. It's so weird. I don't like it.
Yeah, you're sorely to everybody listening so much. We miss you. We miss that flavor that you bring, but we're so happy to have you back here tonight. So thank you so much for gracing us with your presence, with your magnificence, the essence of I'm going nuts. I can't think of any words.
The bottom line is this, Sam. You can't do any more work on Wednesdays. I'm sorry. You got to be here.
Like,
I'm going to
can't do it.
Yeah.
You got PTO time on Wednesday nights.
Okay. NWW. No work Wednesdays. That's it.
That's it.
I feel like that's on pause. I have my therapy session on Wednesday nights, guys.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Kenny.
What's up? Kenny.
Hello.
How are you, Kenny?
We got Mama Swift.
How you doing? ¿Cómo está, mamá?
Hey,
oh, who's that? Hey, we got Slick Rick in the building. How you doing? Happy birthday, Rob. Big Rob, happy birthday. If you is in here, if not, we'll see you later.
Tony
hey,
D, Rob,
you got Tony the Tiger in the house. What's up? How you doing, buddy?
Nora.
We got Nora D. What's up, Nora? How are you? We miss you. Listen, Nora, you know we go live on Tuesdays with the Trailer Park at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, 12 p.m. West Coast Pacific Time, whatever you want to call it. And hey, we got Mike. Mike, how are you, buddy?
What's happening, Mike?
Shout out to Mike at Serial. Follow Mike at Serial. Follow Voices of the Mausoleum. And Nora, we go live with a new show that we have called Trailer Park, where we watch film trailers for the first time. We watch them. We give our honest, organic responses right here. We talk about it with the live chat. It's a lot of fun. So if you can check us out on Tuesdays as well. Tuesdays at 3 p.m. Eastern.
100%. We're going to be doing the raffle right now. I got to get to this before we get Big Ed up here. So yeah, we have the raffle. I know it's on the phone here. I got everybody's name listed, and I'm going to show you. Oh, that fell. Okay. So this raffle, this bad boy right here, we're raffling off. Boom. Look at that hawk. We had people that had signed up for the raffle a month ago, and we got everybody listed right here. And I'm about to spin it. We got to shuffle it up, man. See, I got to get it on the screen somehow. Shuffle this bad boy up right here.
Yeah, we're still amateurs.
All right, it's spinning. It's spinning. Who's going to be winning?
I win.
Yeah, who's going to be winning?
Who's winning? Who's winning? It's wait a minute. Look at that right there. Sugar Daddy, Sean Rhodes.
Wow.
Sugar Daddy, Sean Rhodes.
Nice.
Holy moly.
On the wheel. Congratulations, Sugar. If you're
Sugar.
watching,
Sugar Sean Love from up above. You just won.
there it is.
Absolutely.
Oh, man. On that hawk right there, man. He got it. So, yeah, we're going to be contacting you, Sean. Congratulations on that. Big deal. So, I got to get your info. I think we already have your info down here, but we're going to contact you at the show. Thank you, everyone, for signing up for that raffle. 666. Oh, my God. There he goes, Rob Humphrey. Yeah, we were, Rob. We were really concerned. Happy birthday, by the way, buddy.
Happy birthday, Rob.
Big Rob.
Yep.
Big birthday hugs.
Made it.
So today for your birthday, I'm going to watch Halloween Ends later on. Don't worry, bud. I got you. Okay, just for you. I'll watch the first 5 minutes. I mean, that's it. That's oh, man. So, yeah, guys, we have incredible show lined up for everybody right here. Remember, stay tuned at the end of the show. I know the past couple of weeks have been kind of crazy with connection issues 2 weeks ago. And then last week we went right into it, but we forgot to do the raffle and forgot to do the it's been a wild couple of weeks. And then Sammy hasn't been here. It's just been all over the place. Okay. But
just put it on me. Just blame it on me. It's fine, guys. I'll take the blame.
Blaming you, Sam. And then we got the trivia question of the week coming up at the end of the show. Because Brendan from Terrific Podcast still holding it down, man, from a couple weeks back, because we haven't done that. But we're going to get back in the swing of things. But, all right, momentarily, we're going to be big Ed into the mix, guys. But I'll tell you, it feels good to be here every Wednesday night. And like Swift said on Tuesdays, you got to check us out, Trailer Park 3 p.m. live, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch. We're just watching some trailers. That's it. Watching some trailers, breaking it down, giving our thoughts, and hearing your thoughts as you watch it with us live. And yeah, that's what we're doing here. We also have, obviously next week. I can't talk about next week yet. So a lot of good things going around. There's a lot of news I wanted to get into, but again, we're going to get Big Ed on momentarily. But before we get to that, I want to shout out some of the incredible content creators in the community over here that always show us love. Slick Rick, a whole damn enchilada podcast, John from Under the Floorboards, the whole Fear Circuit.
Shout out the whole Fear Circuit, Fear Circuit, the entire Fear Circuit. Shout out, much love. Follow everybody in the Fear Circuit, all dope creators.
Oh yeah, and I tell you, man, I can't wait for tomorrow. I'm thinking about tomorrow's Summerween party. That's what it is.
Oh man,
and, it's
the way. Yeah. I have to ask you guys. I don't know if I asked you guys this already. So if I did, dismiss this. Are you guys going to get a tarot card reading?
No. I know my future. My future's bright.
I don't know, man. I'm afraid. And if I do, I want to get the Fool card, like people under the stairs. I want to get the Fool. I better get the Fool.
I think I just scared Jimmy. His eyes.
Yeah, no, you did. I don't want to get tarot. I'm not a fool. But yeah, man. Definitely just because of shades of the moon. Sean, what's happening, buddy?
How are you, buddy? Thanks for joining us.
I like the way you put that, though. Your future is bright, man. You don't need the cards.
Yeah.
You're good.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I like that optimism.
Listen, I don't even have to go to the beach, man. I catch a tan from my future.
Yeah.
Here we go. Swift always positive. You need a Lena.
Hey, what's up? How are you? Always positive. That's it.
You gotta be. That's the best way to
from my future. You should open up my past.
I see what you did there. I like that.
Bars. No, but
yeah.
Independent filmmaking is. I know I'm switching gears crazy right now, but I'm just thinking about Big Ed and the projects that he's put together. It's I gotta say, man, so it's a blessing to see somebody that has been a supporter of mine and vice versa since damn near when I started, seeing his progress and what he's done and his resume. It's extensive now, and he's still filming. And he puts it's all passion, man. It's passion, heart, and it shows you. And how many times we said this? How many times is it? I mean, it's true that if you have passion, you have dedication, you can create something special on a shoestring budget or a non-existent budget. We've seen it so many times. This project, one of the projects, The Beast Comes at Midnight, features a little cameo from Big Gene Snitsky, who we had on last week in there.
Yes,
but just the cast that he had. Oh, it was a lot of fun last week talking to Gene. But, just the cast and it reminded me, and we'll talk about this with Ed, it reminded me of something like the Goonies and Monster Squad put together. So it was a fun watch. Yeah, Beast comes at midnight. If you haven't seen it, it's on Tubi. And Bitter Souls, another one out there, voodoo film flick with Adriana Rose. Again, just another solid film. Ed has a lot of stories, a lot of cool stories from his time in Atlantic City, from his filmmaking, and really just can't wait to break it down. I can't wait for
this conversation. This is going to be nuts.
Yeah, I can't wait to meet him and ask him questions.
Yeah. Sean's in the house. What's up, champ? How are you? You just won,
Hello,
buddy.
Sean.
I want to ask everybody here and everybody in the chat. So, what independent horror film that recently came out that you were just blown away by? Let me know. Let me know what you guys think. A film, not a big studio film, an independent horror movie that you would just blow away.
Yeah.
What do we got?
I'm interested to hear this. Because there's been so many over the years, you know what I mean? Over the past few years, there's been so many. Hey
Ray, what's happening, buddy?
Hello, what's up, Ray? How you doing, Ray? That's my cousin Ray. Right. That's Dro's brother, Rich, who was at the party winning all of the things.
Yeah, Rich. I still want my money back, Rich. My 10%. No, congratulations, Rich, for that. All right, hold on one second, because right now, guys, without further ado, please welcome the man himself, Armageddon Ed, Big Ed Mckeever.
Hey,
what's up, everybody?
Hello.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir. We hear you.
Yes, sir. We hear you. How you doing, Big Ed? Welcome.
Cool.
Welcome.
Did I actually get like walk-in music? I feel special.
Listen, you are special. You're a special guy. We can't wait to have you here.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Great seeing you.
Man, Ed, it's been too long, man. I know you and we chopped it up plenty of times. Always a fun time, man. Always a fun time chatting with you. And I'm so happy to have you on the show. Talk hard, talk everything in the world of Big Ed. But for those that don't know you, just give us a little backstory about Big Ed. Who is Big Ed McKeever? I know, but I want everybody in this chat to know a little bit about you.
I mean, these days I'm just a guy living down in Florida, no longer living up in Jersey. I occasionally make movies. I used to be involved in MMA. I used to be involved in security. I used to be involved in all kinds of crazy stuff. I was one of those guys who, like, everybody says, man, one day I want to do this. And I was the crazy guy. I was like, I think I'll do it. Sometimes great results, sometimes not great results. That's life.
Yeah. No, man. And you had some wild stories from Atlantic City. I remember that. We were talking about some of them. We can get to those a little bit later on. But I want you to talk about your introduction into horror, into this killer genre of ours. What is it that got you hooked on horror?
Well, when I was a little kid, I just loved horror films. I found Phantasm on late night on like WPIX. One time I caught an early Friday the 13th, and then I discovered the video store. I'm an 80s kid. So I discovered the video store, and I found trauma films and Friday the 13th and Halloween. And we didn't have cable at my house, so we looked for every chance I could to go to the movies. Tell my parents I was going to go see the new Teddy Ruxpin film or whatever it was, and then I'd be sneaking into a Friday the 13th or the Prowler or, whatever horror movie was playing. And that pretty much shaped my childhood.
Yeah, man. There's nothing like that time period, I feel like. You think about, when you can go to the video store, when there were video stores to go to, or just the movie theater, the experience that you had going in there, walking in. What was your first memory about walking into a video store? Do you remember? I do. It was like 1981, and I thought I was renting Flash Gordon. I accidentally rented Flesh Gordon. My mother was not happy. Yeah. Now, I'm not saying that Flesh Gordon was necessarily, like very bad adult film, but it definitely wasn't Flash Gordon. So that was pretty embarrassing. I was really wanting to see Flash Gordon. So it was a few years later until I got to see that on cable. My mom didn't let me rent movies again right away. So it was a lot of my dad making selections. So a lot of me watching James Bond films for the next few months.
James Bond. Yeah. That's it. Let me tell you, for us, WPIX, if you wasn't go to the video store, that's where you saw your movies. 8 o'clock, WPIX Channel 11, Saturdays, every night of the week they had different movies. That was where you saw your movies if you didn't go to the video store back in the day.
That's true. I fell in love with the early Universal monster movies and King Kong and all those great monster films and everything with Abbott and Costello. As a kid, I had a hard time wrapping my head around because Abbott and Costello always played, or most of the time, just played Bud and Luke. And one day they'd be like in ancient Egypt, and the next day they'd be in the army and they'd be in the Navy. And as a kid, that was hard for me to understand. I thought these guys just lived these amazing lives where they could be anywhere at any time, at any point in history. And then all of a sudden they're in the Revolutionary War. So every Sunday morning, I couldn't wait to see what Abbott and Costello were up to. And the very interesting thing was those movies were already 40 years old at that point.
Yeah. And they were still getting play. I remember that. Yeah.
Yes, sir. A double feature every Sunday morning. I get to see the first one in its completion, and then the second one I would only get to see half of it because then I had to go to church.
Oh yeah. And then after that, you would have Minute Mouse, or something. It was like a short cartoon that would come on. I remember. I remember those days.
Yeah, Minute Mouse and something cat.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah, but no, I know what you're talking about. They did the Speed Racer cartoon. They would show that in between movies also. Yeah. Good stuff. Listen, I got to tell you, if you grew up in New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania in the 80s up into the 90s, you lived in pretty much the greatest place in time ever. It's before cable made all the TV channels corporate. We had all these great local channels. We had WPIX. We had WWOR. We had before Channel 5 became a Fox affiliate. It was like WNEW. And you would just have like some guy who'd be like broadcasting in a studio who in some cases didn't have a lot of producing experience and actually making a show or anything. But yet he's hosting all these classic TV shows and cartoons and movies. And you had all these awesome local commercials with like people from New York that were doing like Broadway would be doing jingles for like, some guys like rug cutting place or painting or something. It just, I don't know, man. There was something special about that time. Maybe because I'm an old man looking back.
Yeah.
No,
but it's
Yeah.
There's a hunger for nostalgia, no matter what. Like I feel like a lot of people, they want to go back in time. Even the younger generation, they want to see, oh wow, what is it about the 80s when they start diving in that rabbit hole? They're like, wow, this was a badass time to live. In 70s, 80s, 90s, and I'm grateful. I mean, I'm a little jealous because I really wish I was able to experience the 80s. I was born in the 80s, but I experienced the 90s. But it's just. I guess we can still do that. We can still do that now with just, going back. We can't, live it exactly like that with all the technology nowadays, but it was just something more peaceful about that time.
Well, the cool thing is you can discover a lot of those things because there's actually people that clip like YouTube or TikTok videos now where they'll show themselves reacting to like a commercial from like the 80s. That seems like so crazy and ancient back in the day, but yet I remember it. I just started humming a song that I literally haven't heard since like 1984. It's crazy how those things stay in your brain.
Yeah, those little commercials too.
Shout out to Grim Santo. What's up? Thanks for coming out. Terrific, Brandon. How you doing? Thanks for showing up, bro. Thank you. I wish there was less hunger for nostalgia. So we stopped getting all these remakes.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Oh, yeah, we need to hear these original creative voices again.
Yeah, I wanted to ask about that.
Puts you onto to other stuff. Yeah,
I agree. Big Ed, do you think that with the horror community, do you think that the movies are becoming more creative, or do you think that there's more repetition?
I think people in the realm of indie film are more creative. They have the tools at disposal that they never had before. Like literally, on my computer, I could jump on. I have access to what a major film studio had in the 90s, whether it be After Effects, colorization, whatever it may be, they use it to apply to those films. The problem is the studios only feel comfortable with existing IP. They only want to have either a sequel, a remake, a reboot, a requel. They have so many names for it, a relaunch, or a property that's adjacent to something that they've already produced. And I think that's a shame. I do like the fact that Obsession has had so much popularity because that's an independent filmmaker who came from YouTube. Whether you like the movie or not, at least it was something fresh and new as opposed to just another Halloween, another Friday the 13th. And not that I don't love those franchises. I just think that we're not going to get handed that franchise. There's still the opportunity for us to create something new that may cause enough of a splash for us to create something on a studio level.
Yeah, no, 100%. And you know, I think now there's an abundance of content. That's what we were talking about. Like everybody, it's easier to create than it was back then. I mean, back in the day, you had to know somebody. You had to be connected, I felt like. You know, now we could do it. We could all film it. And that's a blessing and a curse because, you know, you're getting some gold, but you're also getting some movies that are not quite up to par. And, you know, I want to dive right into your films, Ed, because you delivered some gold, my man. I really enjoyed this. I said it so many times. The Beast Comes at Midnight. We were just talking about that before we went live. And I'm like, man, Goonies and Monster Squad vibes all the way. I love what you did with the wolf and the effects and practical and everything that you did with it. Talk about creating the Beast.
Well, we went to when I moved here to Florida, I'm very much into, I want to go to the closest haunted house, the closest unusual thing. Where did aliens land? What's the weird backstory of every town that I go to? So when we moved down here to Tampa, we heard about this little town called Gibsonton. And Gibsonton's a carnival town in the same county as Tampa, Hillsborough. And it's where all the carnival people went for the winter. So at one time, they had little people. Matter of fact, I think one of their police officers back in the 60s was actually a little person that during the winter would go out and during the summer would go out and perform. And then during the winter, he would come back to town. And he was only like 3'6", but he'd be handing out tickets to people for bad parking and stuff. They had a mailman that would, deliver mail with an elephant and all these crazy, wild things going on that weren't just a gimmick. Like, these are the way these people lived. And I thought that was great. So we went there, and they have a museum in that town. And in the museum, they had just all these cool artifacts, everything from sideshows to rides to amusements, and just great folks, very welcoming. And they had this one banner in there. The banner said, "The Devil Boy, the Devil Child, the Wolf Boy." And me and my son were talking. He was only about 10 years old at the time. And we said, "Hey, what's the werewolf boy up to today?" And then that's where we got the idea. And then we wrote The Beast Comes at Midnight.
I just got a thought of my thinking about the mailman. Thinking about the mailman coming down the block with an elephant. just the whole carnival. I mean, that's badass. I'm jealous. Like, I never experienced
I want that. I'll get all my mail on the timely manner if I had an elephant delivering.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of it was just kind of like, the people that were there were known for being a little, I forget the word you used, but, unusual. But they kind of lived that lifestyle, so they were all about that. A matter of fact, the local post office had a counter that was only like 3 feet tall, so that the abundance of little people that lived there could do their transactions at the post office without having to reach way high up on the counter and everything. So just really neat. And, it's a shame because Florida is becoming very developed now. So a lot of those things aren't going to exist much longer. There's a little area of town where they still have a few of the small houses. They still have the old fish camp where they all used to live and do all their social activities. But now that's becoming prime real estate with a view of Tampa on the waterway where everybody wants to have a boat. So a lot of that is disappearing.
And that sucks.
The museum's there, though. I suggest everyone goes to the museum from the film. It's called the Carnival World Museum. It's open Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. If you're into carnival and sideshows and just all that traveling show culture, just check it out. Especially while there's still people working there that have actually been out on the road in like the heyday of all that before it became commercialized.
Wow.
Oh, dude.
That's interesting.
And
the name of this town is what? Gibsonton?
Gibsonton. Yeah, if you look on a map, it'll actually come up as Riverview, which is one of the fastest growing municipalities in the United States now. It borders Tampa, and Gibsonton's a small borough within it, but it's quickly getting built upon. They're building, townhomes and condos and everything else. So a lot of the people that were living there are now regretfully, they're dying or they're aging out, and the kids are moving on to other things. They're not necessarily working in the carnival any longer.
Yeah.
Well, that means there's opportunities in the carnival, guys. You heard that. We got some jobs lined up, Ed. That's it. I got to come down there. But
there you go, brother.
I'll work
that's
that.
like, hell yeah, I would work it. I mean, to keep it alive. I hate to see that though. It's like everything, time moves along, and they start building up and moving people out, and unfortunately, we lose things. And then talk about video stores. That's one of the things, obviously, technology. But I mean,
well, regrettably, I think people just aren't as romantic towards the carnival anymore, because now you can go to Six Flags, you can go to Universal, you can go to Disneyland. There was a time when the carnival was an important part of the culture, because you're talking about small towns in the Midwest. People had never seen a Ferris wheel, and now the Ferris wheel one time a year comes to your town. Or you may have seen a carousel horse in a movie, but you didn't necessarily see a carousel horse anywhere else. And as the world becomes smaller, because now we can travel everywhere, we don't necessarily need those things to come to our town. Now, I can't speak as an authority on it. I'm just going by what a lot of the people have told me that I live near and talk to in the industry.
Yeah.
I mean, it sucks, but I'm happy that you were able to, incorporate that town into this film. Another badass movie. I wanted to. So you were saying? No,
Town is our Santa Clarita.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Such a good show.
There it is.
Oh,
Mama Swift just I'm sorry, Sam. Mama Swift just dropped the link for everybody who didn't see it. The Beast Comes at Midnight, right there. Right there. You can go check out this movie.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
And please, guys,
it's so important. Like, anybody that's listening or watching right now, if you could go out and watch our films, whether it be on Tubi, Apple, Amazon, any of the streaming platforms that they're on. One, you watching it gets us great exposure. Two, we make a little bit of money from each of you. But more importantly, now it'll pop up in people's algorithms where when they're flipping through their remote, now our movie will come up a little higher, which is more likely that people will see it. So it's a team effort. I tell everybody all the time, if you really want to support indie film, watch indie film. Reach out to their social media, talk with us. We're happy to answer questions. If you jump on any of our social media pages, you'll get a response back right away, and it's going to come directly from me. So,
and you know what it is? Yeah, please watch the film and do one better if you can. Leave a review. Just leave a review, because it helps. Everything helps. Helps the algorithm. I mean, again, with the abundance of content, like you said, Ed, it gets lost in the shuffle sometimes. So you watch the film, you support, check it out, and then it's going to help the algorithm. Leave a review and just let Ed know. And he's going to respond to you. Ed, you're on top of it, man. I see you out there. You're moving and grooving as a man. Always something in the works with Big Ed, and I love it, man. No, and I appreciate you. You know how much I appreciate you, man. Because since the
appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, it's at the beginning.
I was on like your second or third episode of your Atlantic City podcast. I loved it. I love Atlantic City. I love the fact that you were putting Atlantic City over, man. It's very important. Atlantic City needs you now, because the reputation of Atlantic City is not good anymore. Since I left, it's gone downhill. It's a shame. It's sad.
I've noticed. I've seen some things all over the internet. It sucks. I haven't been there in a long time, a little while, and I plan on making a visit down there hopefully sometime soon. But you're right. It's gotten out of hand over there, and it was the place to be at one point. It was the place to be. I know, when you were down there working Boardwalk Hall, it definitely was booming, definitely was bumping. And while we're on the AC story, give us. I mean, I'll never forget. I believe it was the Tony Bennett story. Right? Was it the Tony Bennett story you told me?
What, the fist fight between the two old men right in the front row? Tony Bennett stops his concert. He's looking around. He can't believe what he's watching. These things happened all the time in Atlantic City. It was just two older guys. They got into a little bit of a tussle because there were a couple lady friends. A woman may have pinched one of the older men's derrieres, and I'm trying to be as nice as possible and saying it. And next thing you know, it was two old guys that should know better, right there in the front row, man. And Tony Bennett stops the concert, and he just stops and watch. It was a very
that's a full G right there.
Yeah, we broke it up very quickly, but it was just funny because these were two gentlemen who were old enough to know better. Yeah. And although they got kicked out, I think they were. Yeah, I think they were actually a little proud of themselves, because these were guys who probably hadn't mixed it up in about 30 years. And neither one of them really came out bad. So now they for whatever time they had left, they had a pretty cool story to tell.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
hilarious.
I'll never forget
Real
that.
quick, shout out to Martin Monster in the house. He's gonna be there tomorrow night at the Screen for Summerween. That's our master of ceremonies. That's the MC. There you go. Shout out to Martin Monster. Shout out to Weird Short Films. Follow Weird Short Films. Christopher Wells. Shout out to the Fantastic Oracle. You're in the house. Thank you for coming out.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for swinging by here.
I saw somebody write something about Snake Eyes. Briefly, I'm in Snake Eyes because when I was doing security, I looked for every opportunity I could to glom onto a film set so that I could be an extra. So I got to be an extra in The Sopranos, Snake Eyes, The Bounty Hunter, all these movies. Warrior with Nick Nolte, the MMA film. Matter of fact, a bunch of my MMA fighters that I managed actually got in the film also. We play high rollers, just walking in. It's a good time. But Snake Eyes, I'm actually in that. I got to hang out with Nicolas Cage. That was pretty cool. I was very young then. I was like in my early 20s at the time. That was right after like Con Air came out.
Wow.
Oh, dude, Nicolas Cage. I'm glad you brought him up. He's going to be at the Comic-Con in New York City this year. I was trying to get him on the panel. We got blessed. We got a spot. 8:00 Saturday night.
Let everybody know.
I saw you post that. Congratulations on the panel, guys. That's awesome. Comic-Con. I mean, it doesn't get any bigger than that. Congratulations.
Thank you, Ed.
For everybody that doesn't know, we were selected by New York City Comic-Con to have a panel there, and we're going to be rocking out on the Saturday night. So we're going to kill it. We're going to do it, and we're going to represent like only we could do it. We're going to bring it, and we're going to bring the fun. We're going to bring the amazing time, and we're going to bring everything that everybody's used to when they come to a Horror 365 event.
100%.
That's awesome. What is your panel going to be about? Because I've done a few panels in the past. I hosted a panel for Clerks at Bizarre AC. I hosted a Ghost Hunters panel once. I did some guys from The Walking Dead, a couple different TV shows and movies at different conventions. What is your panel at Comic-Con going to be like about? What's your premise?
So initially, we were trying to get a talent. We were trying to get Nick Cage because he's going to be there all weekend. And unfortunately, he's not able to do it. I was going to have him and Swift go out because Swift has a problem with his grunts in all the films that he does. His noises. He says, I have never noticed it. But yeah, Swift hasn't. So we're going to actually have a little discussion about that on stage.
I would pay to see that. I would pay.
Yeah, that's hilarious. I love that. I love it.
But he's not there. So we're at the moment right now. I know we got a little time to put the show together. September 4th is the deadline for that. So at the moment, we're talking about just horror scene right now, the New York horror scene, Halloween memories, just throwing a party. It's really going to be like a party atmosphere in there. I want to have the fans engage with the fans over there. So we're structuring the show right now. We're not locked in 100% on that yet, but I know we have a little bit of time to send them the information over. We send them some brief, the headshot, all that good stuff that we have to do, headshots, description.
Offline, we'll discuss. I might be able to direct you to someone who might be able to help you out with some stuff with that.
Oh, dude, Ed, awesome. You're the man. I don't know how to thank you, man. For all your love and support, man, over these years. I can't thank you enough. And
that's why I'm here, brother.
Yeah, man. No, you're the best. And that's why I continuously, to the day, I can't do it anymore. I'm going to push everything that you have going on because you're a good dude. There's not a lot of people like you out here. Oh, you got it, of course, man.
And I feel the same way. And it's one thing, I don't have a problem supporting anyone, but I appreciate the fact and really go out of my way to try and support the people that reciprocate. And Jimmy, you've been that way since the beginning. You and your team at Horror 365. We all need to kind of stick together. All the cream rises to the top. We all kind of raise the ladder together. I think some people lose sight of that somewhere along the way, and that's a shame.
Yeah.
And it does because egos get involved, and then there's overthinking, overanalyzing certain things, and it's like teamwork makes the dream work. At the end of the day, look, we're all in it together, Ed, like you said, and rising tide raise all ships, and this is what we're doing. We do what we love, and we'll support anybody that's doing something with in this community, something positive. So
that's awesome, bro. Awesome.
Of course, bro. Sammy, I wanted to give you the floor. I don't know I know I may have cut you off before. Look like you were going to say something. Did I cut you off?
Probably did, and it went right over my head, man. Completely forgot. No. It's not a problem. But I wanted to ask Big Ed, with all the filmmaking that you've done, what do you think, looking back, was the most challenging aspect of filming?
You know, one thing is the films that we're filming are low budget. By Hollywood standard, they're no budget. They're not no budget. They cost us money. But according to Hollywood, might as well not have a budget. And we work with some better known talent. We've had WWE wrestlers, people from cult films, Academy Award nominees have been in our films. And that's challenging because sometimes you have the mindset of those individuals working on a set where they're used to trailers, numerous makeup people, somebody, a PA that could be called in a second to come over with a golf cart for them, and with air conditioner and fans and everything else. We don't necessarily have those things. But as far as the most challenging, you had my friend Snitsky on last week, and we developed a film called the man. We developed a film called 100 Acres of Hell. We literally shot on a mountaintop in the middle of January, freezing cold. The fire that they fight in front of at the end of the film, that was our source of heat in between takes. So when him, being Snitsky, and Samu Anawahi or Alpha Anawahi from WWE, they'd be fighting up there. And we couldn't wait until we cut so we could all go huddle with each other around the fire. And we did that for a month straight out there. And just it would snow sometimes, it would sleet, it would rain. We're at a high altitude. I was afraid there were bears on set, and we hear weird noises in the wood line all around us. And that's challenging because you can't control anything
Nature.
in that circumstance at all.
Yeah, the 100%. First of all, I'll give you guys a ton of credit, but I think the Bears would be more scared of all three of you.
Oh no,
you guys are intimidating. I'm out of here.
Well, my job at one point, because we all wore many hats on set. One time we'd be setting lights, one we'd be running cameras, we'd be moving the smoke with wafters to get more smoke in the scene. We were doing it all. And I had to go to the top of the mountain up a trail and hang a light off a tree. And I'm literally holding a light down on the scene with people yelling up, all right, to the left, to the right, and moving it.
That's awesome.
All of a sudden I hear something behind me. And the first thing I'm thinking, it's a bear. I fall. The light gets caught up in the trees. I'm hanging from the extension cords that are powering the light. And I don't want to ruin the take as I'm about to plummet down the side of like this, almost like a cliff face. And people are yelling up, cut, Ed, the light to the left, the light to the left. And I'm hanging, I almost hung myself and nobody even realized it. And, these are the crazy things you deal with when you're making independent film.
That's
very entertaining, but that could have been your death scene for that.
It could have been. And then I come down for lunch, and everybody's, what was going on up there? And then I had to tell them I was hanging off the sheer face of the side of the mountain with the light. Anyway, these are the things I get myself into. Hey, but the shot looked great.
Yeah,
you're still here to talk about it.
Yeah.
And it was not a bear. It was probably a rabbit or something.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my God. Yeah, the challenges of indie filmmaking.
I love it. I love hearing stories. They're my favorite part. Like whenever I talk to like directors, producers, writers, actors, I love hearing like the nitty gritty of all the behind the scenes, the good, bad, and indifferent. I feel like I would not know, but I'm assuming I feel like it's a little bit more entertaining in indie film compared to the typical, Hollywood style. More stories to tell. I feel like when it comes to indie filmmaking.
Yeah, I think it's funny because I've worked on obviously our independent projects, and then I've worked on the big budget films, being on The Sopranos and all these other shows. And I got to tell you, I don't want to out anybody and be like, your set was garbage, because it wouldn't be right for me to do that. But I've been on some sets, and these are, $40, $50, $60 million films. And you can't get a bottle of water when it's 100 degrees out. And they will just take you, if you're an extra on like a Hollywood set, and they will just march you out and be like, oh, it's 100 degrees out, you're on your own. And then if you're like, oh, I need some water. No, there's no water in this team. They'll snatch that bottle away from you, and they'll just push you like you're on the pirate ship, and they're pushing you off the plank, because your job is to dress that scene. And they don't care if you have a knight's armor on. They don't care if it's 100 degrees. Your job, you're expendable. They'll find somebody else to put that armor on. Yeah. This is your job. Go out and do it.
Yeah. Yeah, man, that's rough. It's rough. I mean, that's amazing. You've been on a bunch of different sets. Are there any stories that you could share with us about best, I guess a positive story and then also a negative story on set, on these sets?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I worked on that movie Warrior and Boardwalk in Atlantic City.
I love that movie.
And if you ever watch the scene, oh, it's a great movie. It's actually probably the best MMA movie ever made, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And not just because I'm in it, because I just watched this movie Beast. That was not good. And I watched another movie, the one with Halle Berry in Atlantic City, Bruised. Not a good film. And also, I hate when you watch an MMA film and there's so many inaccuracies about the way that either the fights develop, the rules, people take too much artistic license with it sometimes. Yeah. But I'm sorry, I digress. I was there and it was like literally 100 degrees out on set. We're on the boardwalk and you couldn't get a bottle of water. You couldn't get back to where holding was, which was Boardwalk Hall, the building I was the director of security at. You couldn't, and they just put us out there 100 degrees and you couldn't get anyone to talk to. But if you walked 5 feet away, you get screamed at by these PAs that were on set that were like, you just murdered somebody. It was that was a kind of a difficult shoot to do. Andy Dick, the comedian, I guess, had a comedy show that night. And he comes strolling down the boardwalk. And this is kind of like the height of his popularity. And he's like, what are you guys doing? Why are you all standing here? We're like, we're making a movie. And he's like, you are? I can't be here because I'm in the union. It's a union film. I can't be here. I didn't sign a contract for this. It was a very kind of an interesting experience while we were there doing that on the boardwalk in Atlantic City. A good experience was The Sopranos. I also did security work at the Borgata, so I knew the lay of the land there. And my job was just to walk around and be, James Gandolfini and all the Sopranos were there, and they were filming, I think it was the second or third to last episode of the series. I think it was called Kennedy and His Hat or something like that. And they're gambling, and we had to have, a different change of wardrobe because one time we'd be in the horse betting parlor and another time we'd be playing cards, and it was me and probably 50 or 60 other extras. James Gandolfini during takes just come over and hang out with us and talk with us and bullshit with us. He's just such a super nice guy. And then when I told him, I said, interestingly enough, I handled the event security at this venue. I did your autograph sign. He's like, oh yeah, that's where I know you're from. And we were chatting it up like two old buddies. And one thing I'm sad about is you want to be professional while you're there. One, because my capacity working in security, and two, I was an extra on set. You don't want to be like, hey, James, can I get a picture? And, now looking back, I wish that was one of the times I broke the rule because there's no opportunity to get a picture with James Gandolfini there, regretfully.
Unfortunately, yeah. Oh, my God, dude. Just being on the set, though. Being on the set of Sopranos, that's been
but I have a funny story about that, though. I'm actually in one of the card playing scenes when they're there. And I'm looking around, and I see Paulie Walnuts, and I was a big fan of the show. I see Tony, and I see this one, I see that one. But Christopher's not there. And spoiler, if you haven't seen the show, tune out for a few seconds. So I'm sitting there with him, and between takes, I go, hey, you're all here, but where's Christopher? And they all go, Mom. So I immediately knew. I went, oh, no. So I knew they killed him off from the show because ordinarily your first response would be, oh, he's not in this scene, or he's in the bathroom, but they all immediately went. Everybody just got too quiet, like they didn't want to say anything, which automatically gave it up to me. I was like, oh, they killed Christopher off before this in the show. And I think then when I watched it that season, he died like the episode before.
Oh, wow.
Son of a bitch.
I cried so much at the end of Sopranos.
Did you?
So
the
exciting.
Ending.
Yeah.
The ending still gets me. They left it open,
Yeah. I know, man. This is such a good series, too.
Yeah,
really
yeah.
But, Ed, ton of stories down in Atlantic City. I know we can dive into that, man.
We need to bring the fights back. We need to bring the fights back to AC.
Yeah, we do. 100%.
You know, well, I don't want to toot my own horn, but when I ran security in Atlantic City, we had fights pretty much every weekend. I wasn't just involved. At one time, I was director of event security for Boardwalk Hall, the Atlantic City Convention Center, the Wildwood Convention Center. And I augmented event security for all the Trump properties, Borgata, some stuff at Tropicana, all the conventions were Caesars, Bally's. I did the showroom at the Revel. I did the show. There wasn't an event going on in town that me and my guys were not responsible for. We spread like a plague through the city. And everything was great. Everybody loved what everybody was dealing with. Everybody loved what was going on. People loved their jobs. People were having a great time. I don't think you have the level of care anymore in the industry because everybody's so down on Atlantic City these days. And you just don't have that level. Like, I'm going to tell you, 2001 to 2015, especially around 2008, 2009, 2010, I had a group of people. They loved it. They lived and breathed events in Atlantic City. They couldn't wait till Lady Gaga came back or Britney Spears was coming or this one was coming and that one was coming. Everybody loved it. There was such excitement. I think it was 2008 or 2009. I think the Taj Mahal broke a record for the most amount of sellout shows in like a 5,000 or 6,000 seat venue in 1 year.
Wow.
There was a time, literally, we were doing 6 or 7 headline shows at Taj Mahal every week. You name it, we were doing them. Aerosmith. Forget it.
Yeah, all the big acts down there. Right?
Yeah, Boardwalk Hall. We had 2 big events every weekend. We were doing, I remember one time we were breaking down Britney Spears and the Rolling Stones were rolling in the next night. I mean, just huge shows. Huge shows.
That's
My
awesome.
God, man. Yeah, and it's not like that. You're right. It's not like that anymore, man. It's pretty sad just to see what's happening down there. So that's pretty horrific. That's a horror movie right in itself right now. Like somebody could do a horror film in Atlantic City. Well, I mean, that was done before. They had some zombies.
It's crazy. Like when you go down there, you feel it. Like you used to feel energetic when you would hit the strip in your car when you're coming from New York, wherever you're coming from, and you get there. You're like, oh man, you would get energized. You get goosebumps. You'd be like, oh man, I'm in this magical place. And now it just seems sad, man. It just seems.
It is.
It doesn't feel the same. The feeling is just different. It's like something's missing, something's off. It's just. It's terrible.
I don't know if it's anything to do with like I won't say lack of events, because I know they still have stuff going on there. But yeah, there's like a sense of a void that's happening in Atlantic City, even whether it's during the day or at nighttime, whether it's during the week or on the weekends. I still. Whenever I go, I get this sense of like you said, Swift, something's missing. There's a void, and I don't know what it is. And I just hope, like, for the sake of Atlantic City, because it has a lot of potential. You can make stuff in there, like you said, Jimmy.
Absolutely.
But I don't know what it could be.
I'll tell you the void right now. It's two people. It's Big Ed and it's Jimmy J. That's the void right there. Go. We got to go back in.
I like it.
We're taking over.
I like it.
That's it.
It's a bottom-up problem in Atlantic City. It used to be, here were the things we had going for us. So you'd have these big championship boxing matches. Then you had promoters that knew how to throw a proper after party that would enhance that. And then you had people that would know how to do events that catered to that crowd of individuals that were coming there during the day. And then you would have people who would make a weekend out of it because they'd say, hey, you're going to have a big championship fight at Boardwalk Hall on Saturday. Well, we need to do a concert. We know the fighter that's coming. So we need to put a concert on Friday night that's going to draw the individuals that are coming to that show. So if you had a boxer, and there were people that studied and analyzed these things. If you had a boxer that was coming there that had a big following, let's say like Maryland, they would find like a R&B group from Maryland that was very popular to get people to come there on Friday or Thursday. They'd go to the concert on Friday night. They'd go to the boxing match on Saturday. And then they would figure something out to keep them there on Sunday as well. And I don't think people are that forward thinking anymore. I think they're more like just happy they got the boxing match. They concentrate all their assets on that. and they don't think about how they can build it into a whole experience for an entire weekend.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And that's what it's all about, the entire experience. That's it. Fish is doing 3 nights in AC in October.
I saw that second, third, and fourth, if I'm not mistaken. I did the Halloween shows in Atlantic City for a couple years. I think it was probably 2009, 2011, 2012. And we did the Halloween shows are a big deal in the fish world. We did those. And man, we did everybody at Boardwalk Hall. We did Further, which was the guys from the Grateful Dead. We did Aerosmith, the Rolling Stones, you name it, we did it. We met everyone in the city. And the interesting thing is, I know Jimmy likes a lot of the interesting stories. We had so many bands that came back so often, like Cher and Elton John and all these, performers, that we'd start to develop a relationship with them, to the point where sometimes when entertainers would come to town, if they wanted to do things that were ancillary of their gig while they were there, they would contact us to accompany them. And that's how I met a lot of WWE superstars, because a lot of them want to do other things while they're in town, but they don't know the lay of the land. So we would kind of fill that void.
Yeah.
That's amazing that, those relationships, you grow those relationships. And I know some of the stories, some of the positive, some of the negative stories. I don't know if you want to let us know any, oh man, I don't know if we should put anybody out there like that. Any interesting stories.
Don't put him on the spot. Don't put him on the spot.
Well, Jimmy's got me to overshare before. I have, and I've told him stories, run-ins I've had with different people through the years, whether it be boxers or different athletes, and individuals that come to the events. I mean, they're just like you and I. They're going there to have a good time. They get caught up in the same drama as the events. One time we had to break up a fight that involved a bunch of the Philadelphia Eagles because they were there and somebody recognized them. And actually, the funny thing is, it wasn't even the Eagles that were involved. They were involved in the physical altercation, but they weren't the ones who started. It was like one of their agents felt disrespected and starts going at it with a guy in the crowd. It's cool. He's got big muscles now, but he's there with the Philadelphia Eagles. And this was a year when they were like, not the more recent when they've actually won a Super Bowl, but when they were back in contention back in the 2000s. I don't want to out the player, but we actually had to tackle him at the Borgata to keep him from mauling some guy. He would have killed. Another time we broke up a cat fight with one of the girls from the Jersey Shore. In fact, my guys got. Oh yeah, my guys got on TMZ for that. That was kind of cool. It just these things happen, and these things happened all the time. And I don't want to say you become numb to it, because after you do what you have to do during, you break it up, you get everyone apart, you make the situation safe for everybody involved, and then afterwards you're like, hey, I just had to drag out the guy from Jersey Shore. One time, I wish I knew his name, Jimmy. One time I had to drag out one of those guys from what's that show? It's another New Jersey show. Housewives in New Jersey.
Not surprised.
One of the husbands is, you're gonna start beating his chest. He's big tough guy. You're gonna let me backstage. I don't leave them down. We're not. Everybody's like, oh no, he's on Housewives. Oh no. I don't give a shit about the dude from Housewives. He's not
even a housewife. He's a dude from Housewives.
Yeah. He could be a gentleman. He doesn't have a pass to get where it is he's trying to get to, and he wound up getting himself booted. Yeah, he got himself booted out of a show, and then people were cursing us on the way out, and we're like, first of all, we're immune to that. We're used to people yelling at us for no reason. And the gentleman got escorted out, not because we just wanted to throw a guy out from a TV show, but because he was a jerk off. Pardon my language. I mean, there's just no other way to say it. No,
100%.
He was entitled.
Yeah, sense of entitlement is crazy, man.
Yeah,
I want to say.
I remember reading Sebastian Bach from what's that band? They were huge back in the 90s.
What is this?
18 in life.
Oh man,
I know the
what's
band
that?
you're talking about. I just don't remember the name.
Skid Row. He was the lead singer of Skid Row. They did that song 18 in Life. They were like a big hair metal band. And he was on tour with Motley Crue. But for some reason, they didn't want him backstage. I know that reason. I'm not going to put it out there on here, but they didn't want him back here, but they put him in the VIP area to watch the show at the casino where they were doing his show. He starts getting into people within the audience because people were asking for autographs. So he's a big guy. He's like 6'6" or something. And he's signing autographs. Well, somebody took one of the autographs and winged it back at him. It was one of those like drink coasters. And he got hit with it. Next thing you know, he's a tough guy. He wants to fight everybody. So he winds up getting escorted out. Man, you should read how we were excoriated by people in the press. Security sucks. I saw the whole, especially about the internet. Security was dragging out Sebastian Bach for no reason. Oh, they were a bunch of brutes. They were the most evil people. Listen, man, I didn't tell people to start getting into an altercation with people in the audience. That's on you. My job is to control order and maintain the safety of everyone there. And it doesn't matter who you are. If you're a threat to the safety of the people that are at the show, I have to eliminate you from that so that everybody else can watch the event peacefully.
Yeah, no, listen, you got to do what you got to do. End of the day,
about keeping people safe, making people want to come back.
Yeah,
you got to.
Thank you for protecting us.
100%.
Thank you for.
Well, thank you. Thank you. And you know what? The funny thing was, I would have to answer all the negative comments you would get from people after an event. You do a concert, a show, a sporting event, and people are going to complain about things. There was gum on my seat. I saw a mouse run by, whatever it is. And these things happen all the time in these venues. It's not the incident that occurs that's the problem. It's how you handle it. If your response to someone is, well, what'd you expect? You came to a ratty old venue and a rat ran past you. You can't say that. You have to sit there and you have to hear them out. You have to take their information. You have to go back to the management of the building, and you have to, in some way, now reach back to this person and say, hey, we're very sorry this happened. We're looking into it. We're taking care of it. How about we offer you 2 free show tickets or a free hamburger or soda, your next visit, whatever it may be. And you have to do it right. That's really what it comes down to. So when you say the customer service, you want people to come back. That's your job. It's not just about dragging people out, roughing people up, being a tough guy. You got to make people feel safe in the environment and then want to come back and duplicate that experience again.
Absolutely. Security is so important, especially nowadays. And people, when they come out, I think about our events that we organize, they want to feel safe. That's number one priority, is safety nowadays. Somebody's coming out of the house. First of all, it's tough enough to get people to come out and do things nowadays. I feel like we're starting to slowly get back there, but it's still challenging. But now once they're out, they want a good experience, especially if they're spending money and they want to feel safe. So, Ed, it's so important, man, security. And, I give you a ton of credit for just
and what I would tell everybody is, I would say, all right, so listen, here, someone comes to an Elton John show. And this is 10 years ago prices. It'd be much more now. Just for a guy to get a ticket for him and his wife, $300. On top of the ticket, they had to come here in their car, $40 in gas. They had to pay $15 in tolls. They had to get a hotel room for 2 nights. That's another $400. So you're talking about before that guy and his wife even put their butts in those seats, they already spent $1,000. They're entitled to a great time, but they're entitled to a great time at their seat, any area that they could be in to view that show where they're not a nuisance to everyone else. And that's the careful balance you have to have. You have to be able to take 15, 20. I mean, we did a concert on the beach in Atlantic City that had over 100,000 people at it. And you have to make sure that all of those individuals that are there are enjoying it properly. You can't let one person ruin it for everyone else. And that concert was Jimmy Buffett. He actually wasn't the headliner. It was supposed to be Wilson Phillips, but the word got out on the internet, his people leaked it, that he would be playing. And literally we had people from resorts all the way down the boardwalk. And that was the first free, they had a group that they set up in Atlantic City called the Atlantic City Alliance. And that was the first event that they had done on the beach. They made it for free and everyone came out. And it was handled very well.
I remember that group.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Working security has probably taught you how to be a very patient filmmaker. They probably go a little hand in hand with security.
That's actually a great point that I really hadn't thought about before. I know that working in security, because security is not just a couple guys standing up at the front of the stage looking big. It's queuing the lines out front on the boardwalk. It's checking the tickets at the ticket checking points. It's making sure everyone's wanded down and checked at the area coming in, knowing what passes have what access where. And it does actually come into when you're making films, because you have to also be prepared. Are my permits in order? Is my insurance here? Is my this? And that? Everything has a cause and effect, which is very much like what we were dealing with in the security profession as well.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Yeah. I wanted to big. Oh, go ahead, Jimmy.
No. Go ahead. Yeah, I got you.
Okay, Big Ed, I wanted to ask you this. You've been on, big budget stuff. You just said The Sopranos. You've been on other things. When we're talking right now about feelings. When it comes to feelings, which set do you feel the most comfortable on? Like which realm of filmmaking do you feel the most comfortable? Like I hear they say it's more fun doing, but stressful at the same time doing indie stuff. Like it's more fun, but it's stressful. Like, where did you have the most fun?
I got to tell you, it's actually something I fell into by accident. I wound up working on the set of Comic Book Men because my friend Ernie O'Donnell, who was a lifelong friend of Kevin Smith, they had the TV show that they filmed in Red Bank at the Secret Stash. Well, all the guys in that show were buddies of mine. So I had a great time on that set because, and now I necessarily didn't work for it. I got to be an adjudicator when they were trying to break a world record. They needed someone who didn't actually work for the Secret Stash or for Comic Book Men, but could, on their behalf, make sure that all the rules were being followed so that they could break the record. And those guys were my friends. So not only would I be there working on the set of Comic Book Man, if you ever watch the episode, you see me on camera. I'm there with the Guinness World Record guy. We're going through our notepads. We're comparing things. Really cool. So I'm getting a little acting gig while I'm doing it, too. It was fun. But it was great because the guys were actually my buddies. They were my card playing buddies. We'd get together on during the week. We'd play cards together. And now here I get to be immortalized on TV with them. I get to work with them behind the scenes, see how everything was put together and done. And I actually get to be on film with them. So for me, that was a lot of fun. I'd worked on TV series before, but always in a security capacity. And that was fun to kind of see it from somebody who almost quasi-talent in front of the camera. And that was a lot of fun. And I had no responsibility. That was what was great about it. My responsibility.
Yeah, there you go. That's it right there.
Yeah, no, my responsibility was limited to getting camera time and standing there with the guy from Guinness Book of World Records and going, that kid looks like Jay from Jay and Silent Bob. That's what they were trying to do. They were trying to create the most Jay and Silent Bobs ever gathered at one time. So I got to be there checking off. I'm sitting there comparing pictures, and the guy from Guinness World Records is like, oh, he doesn't look like Kevin Smith. So I'd have to call over a makeup person, paint like a beard on the kid's face so he looked like Kevin Smith so we could put him in the line of acceptable people to be counted, It was just a very, very fun experience.
That sounds interesting. Definitely. I got to check. I got to know where the hell, is this anywhere I can check this out and see this? Anywhere online? This episode?
What's that? Comic Book Man?
Yeah, well, the episode that you were on, particular.
Yeah, just I think it's either on Tubi or Netflix or Prime. It's on one of those. Just look at the one record-breaking attempt. It was like in the last season, and it'll pop up. Or just search Kevin Smith breaks record in Red Bank, and you'll actually see like pictures of me standing there, looking very official, reading through all the stuff and pointing at all the people in their costumes and stuff. And it's very, very, very fun experience.
Nice.
Jay and Silent Bob. Man. Kevin Smith's another incredibly talented individual. That did it on his own. I put a movie together. Yeah, man. A couple.
I can tell you, brother, I wouldn't be making movies if it wasn't for guys like Kevin Smith, Robert Rodriguez, Quentin Tarantino, because I was in high school when those guys first started making movies. And then their movies were hitting the video stores, and you hear the stories about how Robert Rodriguez made a movie in Mexico for like $7,000, and I'm landscaping, hating my life, whatever menial task I was doing right out of high school. And I said, man, this guy up in Red Bank just made a movie for like $30,000, and it's a con,
It's inspirational. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, if those guys can do it, why can't I? I just did it, 25 years later.
Oh, you did it, Ed. You did it.
Yeah.
Beast Comes at Midnight. Bitter Souls. There's another film that I want to talk about. Yeah, talk to us a little bit about Bitter Souls in this film.
Dude,
this project.
Bitter Souls was something we came up with while we were making The Beast Comes at Midnight. We had this great young actress by the name of Abriana Rose who auditioned for The Beast Comes at Midnight, but she looked, I don't want to say identical, but very similar to the girl we'd already cast in the lead. She had similar colored hair, about the same height, same build, and she read for us, and she was great. And we were like, man, we got to work with her. So I immediately went back. While we were making The Beast Comes at Midnight, I started writing the script for Bitter Souls. Originally, Bitter Souls was going to be the same character of Tough, just in a different situation. But then I decided against that and made it its own story. And we approached Abriana, said she would do it. We put everything together. We made the film like 2 years after we made The Beast Comes at Midnight. And that got on Tubi and Awesome and all the other streaming services this past year. It's different. It's not a monster movie. It's a voodoo film. And it's about this voodoo priest who's like, wreaking havoc in this small town. He wants to be in charge of all things metaphysical. So if you have any kind of like tarot reading shop or anything like that, it's his domain. He's going to run it. And then we have another story where this girl is pursued by the local town toughs, and she winds up dying tragically. Her boyfriend can't handle it, so he summons a priest who says, not much I can do for you, but I know a voodoo priestess. And next thing you know, they raise this girl from the dead, and calamity ensues. It winds up becoming like this all-out power struggle in this small town. And we managed to get Abriana in it. We got Michael Hargrove, who played the Candyman in the 2021 Candyman reboot from Nia DaCosta. We got Destiny Brown from the Hell House franchise. She's great. She plays the voodoo priestess.
Awesome,
yeah. My son Michael from The Beast Comes at Midnight plays Lucian.
Man Mike McKeever, man. Talk about Man Mike. Yeah, he's awesome, man. Your son's amazing. He said I remind him of Danny DeVito. I take that as a huge compliment.
You're right.
Okay.
Huge
he's a huge Danny DeVito. The funny thing is he's a huge Danny DeVito fan. That's the funny thing. That's like one of his favorite actors. So that's actually pretty plausible.
Oh, wow. When we had the premiere at the Beast at the Circle Drive, and shout out to the Circle Drive-In too in Scranton.
Circle Drive-In, great.
Yeah, dude, it was a fun time up there, man. Meeting you finally, all these years, finally met you in person at the Circle Drive-In over there.
It's true. Jimmy and I met online and did all these shows and radio shows and video shows and everything else. And when he actually came walking up to me at the thing, I had to stop for a second and go, I recognize this guy. It's Jimmy Jack. It was really cool. It was really cool. And I appreciate you coming up for that, Jimmy. That was great. Thank you, brother.
Oh, dude, of course, man. It was a fun time over there. And you know what? I got to be honest with you. I think that was one of the first time I actually watched a movie at the drive-in. Like,
really?
Watch an entire movie. Yeah, watch an entire movie at the drive-in. Actually,
I still never done it.
Oh, you got it. You got to go to the Circle Drive-In. I love Circle Drive-In. Snitsky came up with his lovely wife.
Yeah.
He has a little cameo role in The Beast Comes at Midnight. We actually had a screening of 100 Acres of Hell, ran there for a while. It screened there a few times. Bitter Souls was filmed there and then had its premiere there. Great theater. The people that run the Circle Drive-In are just great people. Awesome popcorn, awesome food, just really great people. And they love independent film, and they do everything they can to help facilitate the process. They actually have local filmmaker meetup groups that meet out of there as like an incubator, just to kind of get people together and say, okay, this is my specialty. I run a camera. I act. I do this. I do that. And they bring all these people together a few times a year just to try and kind of spark the local film community, which I think is awesome.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Sammy, we got to get you up there. See, Sammy's an incredible actress. Sammy, I got to tell you, she's been filming a lot over the summertime. We got to get you up there.
It takes village, man.
I'd love to see your work, Sammy.
I would love that. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, definitely your work.
Be honored to share you some of my work. It's all, I think 99% of it's all horror movies.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
There's nothing wrong with that. That's where all the great actresses came from. Horror films. Look at this Sydney Sweeney.
Absolutely.
You know, the funny thing is, I don't necessarily know that she's a great actress or not a great actress. I'm not talking about her acting, but there's no doubt about it that she's a huge star right now. But if you go on Tubi, she's on like 5 or 6, like very, very independent Tubi horror films.
Yeah.
That's everybody. Ed, you said it. Get their start. We talk about Kevin Bacon, right? Friday the 13th, Johnny Depp, Nightmare on Elm Street. Really, Jamie Lee in Halloween. I mean, I don't know if she was in something before, but the bottom line is this is where their career it goes just next level after they start out. I feel like everybody starts in horror. Some people stay there. Some people just expand into other genres. But there's nothing like our genre.
People come back.
Yeah, and you're right.
That's a good point.
Sometimes
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Back.
Yeah, she was saying she was never going to come back. She comes right back to the Halloween series.
Yeah.
Night T. Shout out to Night T.
Shout out to Night T. LLC.
Yeah. And thank you for everybody that's coming in. You know what it was? I came on earlier with my computer. Something happened. It didn't let me get on. So I had to do it on my phone. So if you see me squinting to come read like this, it's because it's very small. So if anyone's giving any shout outs, I apologize. I can't read anything because my phone is so tiny.
No worries, but I'll definitely keep you updated. As far as the chat goes, we had a couple messages here. I know Grim Santo said you start meeting famous folks, you do get used to it as like you say, they're normal folks. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Normal people. Horror. Going back to that, just start for many people, and Swift, to your point too, they circle back into horror. There's nothing like our genre, man. I feel like it's just the most passionate group of not only fans but filmmakers as well. And I wanted to ask you, do you have any upcoming or any new horror projects in the works that you can discuss?
A few people have approached me about being involved in a few different projects. Right now, I kind of want to concentrate on getting the word out about what we've already made. So I've actually kind of taken a step back. I'm always writing. I probably have 10 or 15 scripts that I could just turn on anytime I wanted to. But I'm just kind of not doing that right now. But some people have approached me with some really interesting things. A couple of them, I've always been interested in doing a good found footage film. It's something that found footage. Yeah, it's fun, and it's something that has not been done before. So I like that. I like things that haven't been done before. So that I find interesting right now. It really comes down to how much am I willing to travel? How much am I? And I'm kind of at the point now where I don't mind traveling or doing things for other people, especially if they're people that I enjoy working with. But if I'm going to really be away from my house for a period of time and all that, then I might want it to be something that's creatively mine, and I'm going somewhere to create something that's in my head. So that's kind of where I'm at. But this found footage thing I find very interesting right now.
Especially if it's original. That's big right now. Night T. LLC, horror as a filmmaker. Number 1, it's cheaper. Number 2, it teaches timing and building tension. Number 3, it's very experimental. And 4, it's the fun outsider genre. Yes. All true, and true.
Agreed.
100%.
Very true.
Yeah, and Ed, definitely found footage, man. It's there's something about it.
I love found footage, but I think the horror genre in general, I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I feel like that's a genre where you have full freedom to go above and beyond, and as crazy or eccentric or as limited as you want to be. And of course, nothing is perfect. You're not going to get everybody's approval, but I feel like it's a community where it's more accepted in the horror world compared if you watch like a rom-com or just like a romantic movie in general or all that other stuff. I just feel like you have more
the other stuff
to do things, be outside of your element.
I think it's great. Another interesting thing that somebody reached out to me about recently was an MMA film. And that I find kind of interesting as well.
You're going to put me in there as like Jimmy McGregor? I'm going.
Yeah, well, it's of course, I mean, it would follow the tropes of like a Rocky-esque or warrior type film where, you have a main, protagonist overcoming whatever these things may be. But the pitch that the person came to me with was kind of novel and kind of interesting, and something that they'd like to shoot down here in Tampa. So it's very close to me.
Oh, wow.
So,
Nice.
yeah, that might be fun.
I feel like the older we get, Ed, the more selective we are, and we value our time a lot more. So it's one of those things. It's like it has to make sense, for us to do it. So I definitely agree.
If you could pick, because you said, Big Ed, that you have maybe 10 scripts that you've been working on throughout the years. If you could pick one story without giving too much away, one idea that you really want to achieve above anything else, what's the next type of project that you would like to do? We
were so close to making this movie called Matt Rats, which was something that I totally created. Oh man. We got this script in front of some A-list celebrities, and they loved it to the point where they actually wanted to buy the script from me and develop it themselves. And I said, no, I want to do this. I want to make this movie. One, I wanted my son to be one of the wrestler kids in it. And they were like, okay, well, we could do that. And then they're like, well, we want to change this. We want to change that. And I was like, I don't want to change this. I want to change that. It was just very fun. I created a Facebook page. We cast all these great young independent actors that were going to be in it. We were talking with some really, really well-known good comedians to play the main actor. They loved the script. They wanted to be involved. We started to raise the money, and then COVID happened.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. And it just killed us. Because now the script is a wrestling film in Jersey, where wrestling in Jersey is it's like a religion. Like, people love wrestling in New Jersey. And it was about this kid's team. It was a down on his luck ice cream man who pretends it's very Bad News Bears-ish. He comes up with the idea. He sees this woman on TV whose son can't wrestle at the school because her boyfriend took some sponsorship money, which made him ineligible. And this kid's like a wrestling pariah. So he goes and says, well, I have a rec team. And he doesn't. He builds a ragtag team just so he could meet this single mom. And he develops this wrestling team out of Atlantic City called the Matt Rats. And the whole thing's a sham. And then he winds up actually bringing the wrestlers, these kids, to a wrestling championship. And it was just a lot of fun, had a lot of off-color humor. It wasn't what you would consider, politically correct by today's standards. It was a lot more like your Bad News Bears films from the 70s, where the kids were in these outlandish situations and the language was a little dicey, and it just would have been a lot of fun. And the people that we had involved with it were great. And just as we were going to go to film, the whole world locked down on us. And then when we came out of it, all the kids that were 10 years old were now 15.
Yeah, it's like you can't, and that's what I was. Go ahead, Sam.
And then I was on the fence. I'm like, do I rewrite it and make it a high school age? And it wouldn't have worked because the whole idea was these little kids. Would have been and we had a bunch of wrestling friends that were going to be involved, many that I've worked with before, and we had interest. One of the people I was talking to was the Iron Sheik. He was going to have a part in it, and all these other actors and wrestlers, and just such a shame. If there's one regret I have,
Olympic level wrestling.
Well, this is like you would see high school wrestling, what they call folk style wrestling. So the little kids are wrestling, but the ice cream man comes from a family of professional wrestlers. So he had a professional wrestling school. So these kids are, and kind of their secret weapon was the coach that he has coaching the team was a little person wrestler who was legit stud wrestler. And he's wrestling with these little kids, and these kids become phenomenal because they're wrestling with a grown man who's very rough on them, tough on them. And it just had all these really wonderful comedic elements. Maybe I should have sold the script because they probably would have done something with it in that time that I couldn't. That's probably only my regret, and that's only because time just did not work out. We even had the money for the first 30 pages of the film from a fan of the comedian that we were going to have star in it, and he was going to pay the comedian. I can't get into the names or anything, but it would have been people that you knew. Yeah, we were right there. And then the world shut down on it.
I discovered and found you on the social medias, if you will, through it was Matt Ratt's Atlantic City stuff as well, and I was really interested because not only because of the wrestling aspect, but because it reminded me of those '90s kids films that we had back then, like the Mighty Ducks and Little Giants and Angels in the Outfield, all that stuff in the '90s that we grew up with. It had that vibe to it with wrestling to it. In Atlantic, I mean, come on, man. In Jersey, it was just like
I would just think of the sights. We would have all these little kids running down the historic boardwalk, running past the amusement piers. We would have had. There was one scene where they were running up the lighthouse. They get to the top. Just all these great shots that we could have had in this film that were just distinctly Jersey. The way the kids spoke and talked, and the way the adults in the film spoke towards the kids, everybody would have felt like I've lived this life. Maybe I wasn't a wrestler, but I've been in this situation, whether it been, kids basketball or baseball or softball, whatever sport they played. Every kid that lived in Jersey been there at one time or another. Just a different sport,
Yeah.
I'm so bummed about that, man. I really am.
I want to ask you. I want to ask you, what do you think about so much of the film industry going to Jersey now? Like, what do you think? Like, you're down in Florida, but now so much industry has moved to Jersey. What do you think about that?
Do you know what I did the last year before I moved down here to Florida? There's a lady by the name of Pat Kaz who ran the Philadelphia SAG office. And she's like, Ed, can you I'm going to go meet with this politician and that politician and this politician. You want to come with me? And I would. I'd go with her and we were talking with councilmen and congressmen and all these different people and everything. And we were explaining to them why it would be important to bring back the tax incentive. Because Chris Christie had just cut it all out, mostly because of the negativity of the Jersey Shore. So we went and met with all these people, and then they passed it right after I moved here to Florida. and now you guys up there, and a bunch of friends of mine that are still in the business, they're all working on Netflix movies and Bruce Springsteen biopics, and there's a little part of me that's just like, man, timing just is not my thing.
Yeah.
So I'm all for it. I'm happy for the people in the community in New Jersey. Take advantage of it. If you want to do something in film, go be an extra. Go be a PA. Start building up a resume, because there's never been a better time to do it. Films need so many people to make a movie, especially on the studio level. If you have the ability to do hair or makeup, or jump on it, go get set experience. You don't know what's going to happen. You might work your way into a producer role, and then before you know it, you're invaluable in the industry. Down here in Florida, it's a fight. There's no money for it. We have a great film commission here in Hillsborough County, but they're very limited what they can do. They don't have, I forget how much tax incentive you have up there, but it's millions and millions of dollars that could pay for hotel rooms and for all these different things, these different shows that are going on. As a matter of fact, one of the provisions that's in that, one of the things that we were fighting for, is we said we knew that they would go back to the tax incentive in Jersey. And we said there's got to be some money set aside for South Jersey, because if there's not money set aside for South Jersey, they're only going to make movies in North Jersey, and everything's going to be Newark or Livingston or Jersey City or New York. And we got them to set money aside. If you see Atlantic City, you actually get more money if you film in Atlantic City, and there's a certain portion of it set aside for South Jersey. That's actually from a roundtable meeting that we all had of the things that we needed to push for when we were going meeting with the politicians.
That's amazing. Yeah, no, it really is. But Ed, I know it's one of those things, man. Timing. You talk about it. Fucking, now Netflix, they have studios up here, they're building studios. But would you consider coming back up to film something in Jersey?
I would make a film in New Jersey. I don't want to come down on Jersey. There's just so much other stuff going on down here in Florida. I mean,
the warm weather, the beaches. It's
No,
perfect.
not the warm weather. It's too warm. It's too hot over there. It's a hard show itself.
It is too hot right now. But literally next month till March, April again, it's paradise for 6 months of the year. Like literally, you don't need a jacket here. I think it's so funny when my kids go to school and it's like hits 70 degrees, people start dressing like it's Manhattan in the middle of February and 28 degrees. And it's literally 70 out.
Yeah. My sister lived in
and
Florida for 10 years, and she would dress like that too, like an Eskimo. Whenever I would go visit her in Florida, I'm like, Steph, it's like 70 degrees out. What are you doing?
Yeah. And if you go to any of the, like, all the neighborhoods here have pools. Nobody ever closes their pool. There's no reason to. So you have your pool open all year. And people think I'm crazy because I'll go swimming on like a 80-degree day in December. They're like, oh, you can't do that. The water temperature is freezing. The water's like 72 degrees. And I'm thinking, in Jersey, my pool was 72 in the middle of August. You know?
Yeah. Right. But yeah, that's the big difference too. The weather, man. I was telling the mission, well, I'm gonna go to Florida. I can't. When my sweat is sweating, it's a lot. But like you said, Ed, you know, you have air conditioning everywhere. You got pools. So there are benefits. Just so I want to switch right now. I got a little segment, Ed. It's called the 2-minute drill. I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions.
I'm familiar with it, and I'm not going to mess up like I did last time. Because last time I started explaining all my answers, and I think I only answered like 3. So now I know what you're doing here. I get it.
Oh, man, you remembered. I hope you didn't remember.
I do, because you hit me with the 2-minute drill, and I would say, like, oh, Star Wars. And the reason I'm going like these long-winded answers, and I see Jimmy just looking at me like, you're a moron, huh? And I'm like, I guess I am.
All right. You ready to rock and roll?
Let's do it. Okay.
3, 2, and favorite horror icon?
Rest his soul. It's there's one or two. It's either Ash from the Evil Dead or Reggie Bannister, who we just lost 2 days ago from the Phantasm series.
Oh, man. Favorite slasher?
Jason.
Weapon of choice?
The Pitchfork, the Prowler.
To remake or not to remake?
To remake. I'll explain later.
Dark Alley in New York City. Who do you want to have your back?
You know, Snitsky would be a good guy to have with you, and we've actually wound up in a back alley in Long Island. Another story.
Best horror personality?
Personality? Wow. Bruce Campbell.
80s or 90s horror?
80s.
Favorite horror movie quote?
I'm here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum.
Best horror voice?
Horror voice? The guy from Scream. I forget his name. Roger Jackson.
Favorite zombie flick?
Dawn of the Dead, the original, 1978.
Universal monster of choice?
The Wolfman.
Wes Craven or John Carpenter?
Wes Craven.
Favorite Nightmare on Elm Street?
Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors.
Yes. Best horror movie score or theme?
Layla Schifrin, The Amityville Horror.
How would you? No, I'm not going to say that one. Ultimate Scream Queen?
Jill Schoen. Very underrated.
Oh, man. Final girl of choice?
Megan from Friday the 13th, Part 6. Jennifer Cook.
Nice. Horror movie crush? And you got one more after this. Horror movie crush?
Dana Kimmel, Friday the 13th, Part 3.
Dana Kimmel, yes. Okay, now time ran out, but you only have one more question, Ed, but we'll give it to you right now. What is your go-to horror movie junk food? When you're watching a horror movie, what do you usually grab?
I like popcorn, but I like to add Reese's Pieces too.
Ooh.
Reese's Pieces and popcorn. I got to try that now. That's
sounds
interesting.
good.
It's a salty, sweet mix. I think that's what it is. 100%.
Yeah.
Oh, man, Ed. Almost, Ed. But you did better.
I tried. I did a little too much explanation. I thought I was doing less exposition this time, but I was mistaken.
No, you did better than last time for sure. But now I got to ask you, why Dark Alley in Long Island with Snitsky? What happened there?
I'm just kidding. But it's funny. One time, Snitsky and I were out. We were doing an appearance at a horror convention, And we just happened to wind up in an alley behind this bar we were at. We were just bullshit. There was nothing nefarious going on or anything. But I just remember thinking, I'm so drunk right now. And I remember looking up, and there's Snitsky looking at me laughing. And I was like literally like, 3 sheets to the wind with Gene stabilizing me in the alley. And literally we were like 5 minutes away from the Amityville Horror House. And all I wanted to do was like sober up so I could go ride over and go look at the Amityville Horror House, which we didn't do because I was way too drunk.
Imagine going in this house, Gene. This house. Oh,
well, we were only going out for like 1 beer, and then like literally, when you go out with a WWE superstar, people recognize you stop paying for beer, and they just keep putting beer in front of you because everybody in the bar wants to buy Gene a beer, and so it was 1 beer, 2 beer, 3 beer, 14 beer, 15 beer, and then I remember Gene like pretty much walking me out of the bar at about 3 o'clock in the morning.
Oh my God. Yeah, it's got to be a good
guiding
time.
you out.
Yeah, awesome. Well, Big Ed, 10 years from now, where's Big Ed Mckeever?
Brother, if I'm still breathing, I'm still here on Earth, which God willing I am. I hope I've made at least 1 or 2 films of some consequence. Not necessarily, they don't have to be obsession. They don't have to be the biggest money-making films of all time. But I want somebody who's much younger to discover one of the films I made and then just say, I want to make movies, and this is the reason why.
That's badass. Yeah, I love that. I really do, man.
Dope.
And
Yes.
Ed,
There were like 5 movies that did it for me. American Graffiti, Phantasm, Star Wars, Indiana Jones, and Die Hard. If those 5 films didn't exist, I would not have fallen in love with cinema, and then I wouldn't have wanted to duplicate that myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's passing the torch along. It inspires people. Certain movies inspire people to say, hey, I can do this, or I want to do something like this. And you see that a lot of homage to other films nowadays, especially in films, newer films. And speaking of newer films, what horror movies stand out to you nowadays? I know you mentioned Obsession, but is there any other films that really, capture your interest?
I got to tell you, I'm strange. I will watch the big budget Hollywood films, your Insidiouses, and I don't really get huge enjoyment out of them. I liked Obsession. I didn't necessarily love Obsession, but I liked it a lot. I really enjoyed the performance of Indy Navarrete. Thought she was great.
Oh, yeah.
I can't wait until she's doing Marvel movies and everything else. Not that I hate Jenna Ortega, but I'm just Jenna Ortega'd out. I'm Sydney Sweeney'd out. I'm Samara Weaving'd out, let's see Indy Navarrete do a few films now. Like, in other words, let's let her have a run. So that was a good film. I enjoyed that, but I love going on Tubi and really discovering movies. And I'm not worried about the budget I want to find that diamond in the rough, that actor or that actress that I see that I'm like, oh, they have something. Or a storyline that's like, wow, that's a really great storyline. I wish they had a $6 million budget. I come across a lot, but I can't think of anything too new. I love creature features, and there's been some good shark movies lately. Seems like shark movies are a thing again.
Yeah, see, Thrash, it was Deep Water, was it? There was a couple new ones I've seen out there.
Yeah. And found footage. I got to tell you, I love the Hell House movies. I love, what was that one? Haunts. I love that.
So good.
Yeah, were some really fun found footage movies. I got to tell you, and I got to hang out with Steve Cognetti from the Hell House series and have dinner with him. And I got to tell you, I'm really impressed with his work. I hate the fact that his most recent narrative film wasn't more successful because I want to see him make more movies. I think he's got something. We'll see. So definitely his work, and the guys from the Blair Witch are doing stuff again. I think they just announced today that they're making, Eduardo Sanchez is making a new movie. I'm very interested in that. It's about influencers or something. Hey, I like grungy films. I'm a product of watching 70s and 80s horror films. So anything that tries to emulate like Race with the Devil or You know, those backwoods slashers or the Prowler or Madman. I love that stuff. And you can see that when you're watching 100 Acres of Hell. That we just, me, Gene, Jason, Ernie, the guys that developed that project, Stacy, we came together and we're like, we want to make that love letter to 80s movies. We want it to feel like Jason and Prowler and the Madman and Maniac and all that stuff. And, that's my wheelhouse. I love stuff like that.
That gritty feel, man, like you were saying, like that. And there's something to it in the 70s. Like, I see Rob Zombie. He has a lot of that in his films, that 70s feel. A lot of inspiration from that time period in Texas Chainsaw and whatnot like that. But I love that. There's something very, I can't even explain it, just about filmmaking back then, 70s, 80s. And it's, I'm with you, man. I'm with you. I love that stuff, man. So definitely.
Yeah, Zombie too. On a side note, super nice guy. I've done a lot of his shows through the years. He's a guy who really loves horror films. And we had some brief discussion backstage. He loves horror movies, monster movies, the old Universal stuff. That's a guy who I'd love to see filmmaker Rob Zombie. I'd love to see filmmakers who have a love of film.
Yeah.
Rather than just, my dad was a director, my uncle runs a studio, I think I'll make a movie. I want people that love movie and love film and could sit there and have an encyclopedic knowledge and could sit there and say, well, in 1962, this filmmaker did this and they were the first one to use this kind of a camera. And I love it. I really get excited by that stuff. I just love it.
Those are film nerds. Those are students of the game. And that's what it takes. When you care about something that much, you're going to put everything you got into any project that you want to produce.
100%. 100%.
Yeah, man. Passion. It's love.
Ed, go ahead, Jimmy.
No, I'm just saying passion and love. It's just not somebody, like you said, Ed, just, hey, my father was in the business, so I'm going to be in the business. It's people that actually care. I'm not saying that people that are in the bit, they don't care, but it's just something about it, man. When there's that love for it, and they're not just in it for, hey, I want to just make a film. I want to get some money out of it. Yeah, great. But you could see passion. That's what I love about what you do, man. And other independent filmmakers out there, just you could see the passion and the inspiration that you get, from other films. And it's awesome.
And that's why I wish success, especially to a lot of the people I've worked with along. I want to see everyone that's been in our movies be successful, have opportunities. Tom Ryan, who directed Bitter Souls, and J.B. Earl, who was one of our director of photography on the film. I would love to see those guys continue to make movies and make more movies. Just had a great working with a lot of the producers that we worked with, a lot of the young actors. Those young actors in Bitter Souls were great. I'd love to see those guys make more films, especially horror films. And I would love to see Madeline from The Beast Comes at Midnight. That's our only film credit. I haven't talked to her in a while. I don't know if she's still actively acting. I believe she was modeling for a while. I'd love to see her make more movies. She was great in The Beast Comes at Midnight.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. We need some new faces in rotation over here.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that, Ed. Swift, what were you saying?
A little less Sydney Sweeney, a little more Adriana, a little more Madeline Chimento,
Love it. 100%. Yeah. Swift, you got
speaking of new faces, Ed, what advice would you give to any budding filmmakers or just people that are touched by maybe some of your work or some other work that's out there that they want to come up, they want to get out of the mud? What advice would you give someone who's trying to do something with themselves from their heart, with passionate people that get together with them? What is some of your advice for somebody who wants to be a filmmaker, but they want to do it their own? They want their creative voice to be heard, and they want to put something out. What advice would you give them?
I would say, do it. That's me. I have had opportunities to work with other people and other things, and my biggest downfall is probably the fact that I like being the head pirate on my own ship, and not because I think I'm better than anyone else or anything like that. It's just that I want the story to have meaning at the end. I want it to be as close to what I envision in my head when we get to the finish line. So when you're that kind of an individual that sees it that way, you have to surround yourself with individuals that see it that way also. And I would love to see those guys make more films, especially horror films. And not because I think I'm better than anyone else or anything like that. It's just that I want the story to have meaning at the end. I want it to be as close to what I envision in my head when we get to the finish line. So when you're that kind of an individual that sees it that way also, and you have to be willing to sacrifice. And you might say, well, this movie would be great if I had $1 million. You don't have $1 million. You got to figure out how you and your little network of human beings with your little skill sets can come together and make this on $10,000, $20,000, if you can manage to come up with $100,000. But you have to be dedicated. You really have to, you can't be all over the place. You have to go, okay, I want to make movie A, point A to point B. I need $100,000 minimum to do it. These are the people that are willing to help me on this journey. And I have to get those individuals to help me get from point A to point B with a plan of how we're going to get this product then out in front of the world. And once you start putting a plan into motion, you have to conceive it first. And then once you conceive it, you and your team bring it to fruition. And you're going to have heartache along the way. I can't tell you how many people I've worked with, and it breaks my heart. They don't realize how hard and difficult it is. And the second that you hit a roadblock, they're willing just to throw their hands in the air and be like, I'm done. I can't do it anymore. And that's going to happen. And I've seen so many people that have had great ideas, great films. In some cases, they actually get them filmed, they get them edited, they get them put together, and they don't do anything with it because they just, once they've accomplished a little bit, then they're afraid of either the rejection or the negativity, or all it takes is like one person. And I gotta tell you, the internet is the worst. Don't read the internet. I do, but I have a different kind of constitution than other people. I actually had somebody write to me one time, I hope the next thing Ed Mckeever writes is a suicide note.
What? Internet, man. Internet's, yeah, man.
Yeah, that's what somebody wrote under one of my trailers of my movie. And you have to, if you're somebody who can't deal with that level of criticism and take it seriously, don't read the internet, because the people that are reading all the negativity or writing all the negativity there, they have no stock or qualification in your life. They're not important. You have to realize and rise above that, because if you sit there and say, oh, the movie's garbage, the movie's crap, or they just put the little trash can emoji, you can't allow that to stop you. You got to keep moving forward. That's not your audience. You need to find your audience. Yeah. So I'm sorry I was all over the place in that answer, but you need direction and execution. Direction and execution.
100%.
That's just my.
Yeah, no, I love it. You need that. You need that, man. And you got to stay focused, but also, you have to be strong enough to withstand the heat online and social media. Like, because listen, entertainment is subjective. What I like, you guys may not like, and vice versa. But there's always going to be a critic out there. You're always going to have people saying something negative about whatever it is, because maybe they don't like. Okay, whatever. You have to want to do it because you love it and you want to bring it to life, and you have to have a game plan. You have to be prepared, Ed. And that's, to your point. I mean, just keep pushing, keep doing it, and don't give up on something that, if you love it, you're not going to give up on it. You're going to keep, putting it out there, and trying to, get that over with the people. And hey, not every time you're going to hit a home run. You may love it, but maybe the majority doesn't. Sometimes you gotta bunt the ball, make a sacrifice. Sometimes you get a line drive. Doesn't matter, but you're creating. And I give credit to anyone that has the balls to create a film or anything, because it's not easy. It's work. You can't be afraid to put the work in. And that's a lot of things. That's another thing about putting the work in. A lot of times nowadays, people don't want to do that. They think there's an easy way. There's no easy way out. Okay, Rocky IV. No easy way out. No easy
way. And by the way, that's a great soundtrack. There's no easy way, and people are trying to cut you down all the time. Yeah. Every filmmaker that also does films like you does not want to see you succeed. You have people in your own camp that don't want to see you succeed, because somehow if you succeed, they didn't get enough out of it, or they don't want to put you over. That's just the plain negative reality of it. And I wish creatives weren't that way. Hello. I wish creatives weren't that way. I wish creatives would take the time to help build each other up and not constantly try and break each other down, which is, it's just sad. What's funny? I've seen filmmakers on there, literally. They'll use the same nickname that they used on MySpace 20 years ago. And then they'll create an IMDb thing just to write a negative review about your film. and they'll write a negative review and think you won't catch it. And they'll be like, hey, isn't Spleeverb33 such and such? And then you look it up and you're like, dude, such and such just wrote a bad review about my film. And then that same person will reach out to you like 2 months down the road looking for a favor. It's
unbelievable.
Just the oddest thing. I don't understand it. I don't get it.
Is it jealousy? Is it envy? I don't know. It's along those lines for sure, but like it's ridiculous.
Like if I don't like you, I'm going to tell you. If I don't like you, I'm going to tell you I don't like you, and then that's it. And there's no reason for us to interact. Or if we have to interact, we can be civil while we're interacting, but you'll know exactly where I stand. Don't cut me down, and then all of a sudden we're at the premiere. And like a buddy of mine is there who's famous, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, I'm good friends with Ed. Ed's my guy." Man, you just said my movie was the worst shit you ever saw in your entire life 3 days ago on Letterboxd. You know, it's crazy.
It's a lot of fakeness.
Yeah, but I find that crazy. Yeah. Like how can you do that? You know what I mean? Hide behind a computer screen, and then when you see the person, it's like.
Oh, it's a lot of people.
Change the story.
It's insane. It's insane, but I've seen it so many times. It's just, and also you have a lot of people in the industry that are afraid of success. I think, like you get to the point where you're finally starting to get some notice for something, and then you're like, "Yeah, I'm going to stop promoting that now." Man, well, strike while the iron's hot. If people are interested, keep going. Don't let up. Move forward. But anyway, that's just me. I'm one of these people. I like to seize every opportunity if I can. I see a lot of waving. I can't read. It's too small. My phone is only that big.
I got you. I'm going to read it out there in a second. But Ed, you're right about this. That old adage, they want to hear you doing good, but not better than them. And look, it's a human. Yeah, that's what it is. And why shit on other people's work? Like, for what? What are you getting out of that? If you don't like something, all right, you don't like it. There's a lot of things I see online I don't like. I'm not going to go out there and just shit on somebody's work. It is what it is. It's not for me. Do I go? And, another thing, it's like, I know it's just different, but hey, it's like going to a restaurant, right? And I'm in there and, the food sucks. And I'm not a fan. I'm not going to immediately go on Yelp or one of these reviews and, oh, you know what? I was at this restaurant and, oh, my God, they did it. Why am I going to waste my time? I'm just not going to go back there and eat again. That's it. And it's like, why am I going to bring somebody else's business down? You know what? I don't like it. I don't have to go there to support them. That's my opinion. Okay. Don't shit on anybody else's work, man. I don't get it. You may not like it. That's fine. But why are you going to go out of your way? Okay. Night T LLC. What do you, Halloween Ends is Jimmy's family. Listen, I'm going to tell you right now. I will say, yes, I voiced my displeasure with Halloween Ends. Okay, it is the worst goddamn thing I've seen since Resurrection. But
I like Halloween Ends. It was filmed in my wife's hometown in Georgia.
Rob Humphrey, sometimes you make a masterpiece like Halloween Ends and people just aren't smart enough to get it. You know what? I don't like it. But am I going to go out there actively just trying to destroy it? No, maybe on my live stream I'm going to say talking about it. But I respect the filmmaking.
The birthday
process.
boy has spoken.
Rob's birthday, so I can't give him too much shit today. Happy birthday, Rob. Amar's in here. Hey guys, I'm late. What's up, Amar? No worries.
Hey,
how you doing, buddy? Appreciate you popping in.
Another part of Night TLLC.
Johnny Horror. Sammy Joseph's my homie.
Johnny
Horror in the building.
Johnny.
What's up?
What's shaking?
Yeah, it's just, man, I don't get it. Just people have nothing better to do, Ed. So you know what? I know they're messing with the wrong guy because you have thick skin, dude. You can take whatever it is, man. These people are funny though. Like one minute they're bashing, next minute, oh, that's my guy. Yeah, because man, please come on.
But it's just so sad. Like when unfortunately hearing that story from you, Big Ed, it's one of, I feel like, everybody's story in the indie world. And I think of the ones who are younger than all of us, starting out very impressionable, very easily, like swayed into things. And the influence that's probably put on them will break their dreams. And they probably really take it personally. So I think the internet, when it comes to like promoting stuff in general, whatever it may be, is very bittersweet. Like there's pros to cons and everything in life. And you just, like you said, you just have to understand that you're not going to be everyone's cup of tea. You know?
That's right. I mean, look, you even have people calling out cinematic triumphs like Halloween Ends.
Yeah, how dare that guy Jimmy J with that shiny ass blazer? This clown with that blazer call out Halloween Ends. Such a phenomenal film. Listen, man, I don't like it. In my opinion, it sucks. Blumhouse with your budget, how do you do it? But how do you do it, Ed? You go from kill. Jamie's in the hospital. She's like, I'm going after Michael. And then it's supposed to be the same night. Fast forward, all of a sudden, she's fucking one of the Golden Girls. And she's like Murder, She Wrote. And she's sitting there by the window, and it's just knitting. And they're like, what are we doing? Why aren't you going after Michael? Your daughter just got whacked, and you're sitting here like everything is good. This is absurd. I just didn't like it.
It was disjointed.
I personally think, I think they probably had an agreement how many days Jamie Lee Curtis would be on set. And they probably had a financial agreement with her. And they were like, we'll have this many days. So the second film will just kind of not focus as much on her. Because she must have not been on set much for that second film. But I got to tell you, that second film, if I heard them say, Evil dies tonight one more time, I probably would have lost my mind.
Oh, listen, I would have went back to the Breakfast Club and kicked what's his name's ass, man. Michael.
I think I said that. I think I said that when I was watching the movie. That if take a shot every time you hear "Evil dies tonight," and you'll be so wasted by the end of the movie.
So wasted. But the highlight of that film was Big John and Little John. The two guys that have the house, and the little kids come up trick or treating. That sequence is hilarious. I don't know that for some reason that sequence is hilarious.
I love that.
Yeah, no, those guys are great. They're freaking with the little kids, and the little kids are it's such a good time. I enjoyed that. I also liked Halloween 2018, and I didn't hate Halloween Ends. I didn't hate it.
Yeah,
I mean, I think it was ridiculous that guy could kick Michael's ass so easily.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert. But then again, also I don't buy what's his name beating up Michael Myers in Resurrection.
Dangertainment. Busta Rhymes.
Busta Rhymes, yeah, come on. You're gonna have Busta Rhymes show up. He's a producer of a reality show, and then he's the guy who beats up Michael Jackson. Michael Myers. Get out of here. That's insane.
Yeah, get the fuck out. It's crazy. Yeah,
so insane.
And this is what I don't get. Michael jobbed out to this guy, man. He was an enhancement talent. That's what it was. Down in the sewer. It's just ridiculous.
Like, I love he's using the wrestling terminology. That's hilarious.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. He's a jobber. We can't say that word. It's an enhancement talent. Yeah, Michael was jobbing out to this guy, man. Oh, man. And he put over this guy, Corey. He put him over, right? And only for him to get whacked anyway. It's like, come on, I thought you're passing the torch. Okay?
It's so sad. Yeah, that's where we lose Michael, because everything after that was a reboot. So the last thing we'll ever remember is him getting like kung fu kicked by Busta Rhymes. That's where it ends.
Busta Rhymes.
It was like that scissor kick or something. He gave him a kick, a sweet chin music. I don't know what it was, but it was it was wild, man. Busta Rhymes. It was terrible. The opening with Jamie dying. Okay, the opening sequence wasn't bad of Resurrection. But then it just went downhill after that. The whole rest of it.
And all they did was take kids from like American Pie. They were like, all right, how many kids from American Pie and every teen flick can we get in this movie?
Yeah.
True.
100%.
Tony,
what's up? How can we go from a badass killer to a guy living in a sewer, in a crack in the wall, and then some guy walks in and just beat the shit out of him and takes your mask away from you?
I get it. And nobody found Michael like hiding under that bridge in that tunnel all those years. If they didn't find a body, they would keep looking. For that guy killed like 16, 17 people by that point. I mean, like, he'd have to eventually leave to go to a Piggly Wiggly, a Wawa, something. You know, they would be like, hey, look at the old scruffy guy walking down. Think that might be Michael Myers? I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, come on. What are you doing there? How you eating? Come on. I don't know.
Yeah, but I think about that stuff in zombie movies too. I always think about that, especially with The Walking Dead. I know this is sidetracked for sure, but whenever I watch zombie movies, it's not realistic. Okay, if you have prior medical conditions, you're definitely gonna die. They're realistically, aesthetically, the women's hair are always perfect. The guys' beards are like in tip-top shape. Their clothes are almost like not intact. I nitpick those things sometimes because I feel like that would never happen in real life ever.
Yeah, I could see the grass is mowed and then cars are still running. Like literally, you couldn't keep a car running without some knowledge of keeping a car running for like 2 years after a zombie apocalypse.
Yeah.
Gas would not even, you would have to add stuff to gas to actually make it function in a car any longer. So there's a lot of problems with zombie movies.
Yeah.
Big Ed, what's what's Michael's Wawa order? I mean,
Oh man, I don't know, but that's definitely. I mean, that's some Hoagie Fest action right there. I think Michael can eat.
Mac and
hero.
cheese.
Oh, Ed, you're up north here, all right? You're a Jersey guy originally. It's not a hoagie, right? It's a hero. It's a hero or even a sub. I'll take
It's a sub. For me, I'm from Jersey City originally. Then I moved to South Jersey. So like a lot of things, I got to tell you, North Jersey and South Jersey are very different. So living up North Jersey, my young adult life until I was a senior in high school, and then I moved to South Jersey. And people started calling it hoagies and grinders. I had never heard such a thing. It was a sub. I'm going to get a sub, a sausage and pepper, whatever. That whole pork roll debate, they don't even know what pork roll or Taylor ham is, like south of Ocean County. And just a lot of things. They used to call, a jug handle. You do the U-turn, and they call them roundabouts down there. Like it was like a real culture shock when I moved from North Jersey to South Jersey. And then forget about it. Florida is completely different. The terminology down here, it's a good thing we have a good influx of people from like New York, New Jersey that still speak the same language as me, because a lot of the other stuff they say about fixing to and means I'm going to do something. You don't put things away, you put them up. There's a lot of different like colloquial challenges in the language. And then I made the mistake one time of saying to somebody, "Did you eat?" And they were like, "What?" And like, "Did you eat?" Did you eat? Did you eat?
Yeah.
And I literally had to explain it for like 5 minutes before they understood what it was I was saying. And I didn't realize that I was saying something they didn't understand,
Did you eat? They didn't even understand it.
No, I was like,
you consume food today.
Yeah, exactly. So like I'm driving down the road with them, and we're like, I'm like, "Did you eat?" He's like, "What?" I'm like, "Did you eat?" He's like, "Come again?" I was like, "Did you?" And then I spent it like after like the third time, I was like, "Oh, I'm not making sense. Did you eat doesn't mean did you eat, Anyway, I'm sorry. That's about how long it took me to explain it to my new friend down here.
Oh man, it's different everywhere. I tell you, everywhere you go, man, different knowledge, different language. Hey, Jason is from Jersey. Is he a Wawa guy or Royal Farms? I gotta see.
He's a Krausers. This is back in the 70s.
Krausers.
I don't know what it would be, but I prefer Royal Farms over Wawa any day. That's my.
I don't really remember Royal Farms. I remember Krausers. I remember a world before Wawa in Jersey. I remember you either had a 7-Eleven, a Krausers, or a. Really, that's all there was. And everything else was just a Quick Check. Yeah, a Quick Check. Yeah, good point. Or if it was one of the stores that was in a Hess sometimes had a convenience store.
Yeah, man, I didn't know more. I didn't even know Wawa existed because I was in New York. We have delis, bodegas, and stuff. And
we're starting to get down here in Florida, White Castles. We're starting to get White Castles.
Oh, you're starting to get White Castle down there? Oh, Ed. Oh, man, you must have looked up to the sky. Said, "Thank you, Jesus."
During COVID, they built the world's biggest White Castle just outside of Disneyland.
Oh,
Disney World. But the problem was it took like 3 hours to get in because it was insane for like the first year. But now they've actually built 2 other locations in the area, and the rumor is they're going to put one in Tampa. So that's awesome.
You need a White Castle in every city, in every town. You need a White Castle. It's mandatory. Late night munchies. I mean, there's nothing like it. Coming back from the bar, the clubs back in the day. I went to White Castle. That's it. And
Look,
then
look at Saturday Night Fever. Where did they all go? They all wound up at White Castle after the discotheque at like 3 a.m.
Yeah, there we go, man. But good stuff, guys. Ed, I want to wrap it up right now. I want to give you the floor. I want you to plug everything and anything you have going on, and the floor is yours, buddy.
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank you all for having me on this evening. You guys are great. Honored to be on with you all. Great conversation. Had a great time. For everyone that's out there, just watch the movies. Bitter Souls, 100 Acres of Hell, The Beast Comes at Midnight. And what you like or don't like about it, feel free to comment on our Facebook pages. We have a Facebook page for each film. If you like the performance of somebody, go out of your way to write something nice on either Letterboxd or IMDb and be like, I really like such and such. I really like, because that goes a long way for these people that work for very little money for us, put a ton of time, energy, and effort into these movies. Same thing with our crew. If you love the way a shot looked, you love the way our sets were dressed, do some research, look in the credits, give some acknowledgement to those individuals, or start the conversation on one of our social media pages, and I will be happy to sing that person's praise. So that's really great. If anybody wants to follow me and all the crazy stuff I do, just look up Big Ed Mckeever. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, all that stuff. You want to talk movies, I'm crazy and I love to talk movies, so have at it.
Let's do it. Ed, you're the man. You and I, we had multiple conversations about a variety of different things, man, and it's always something. I always learn something new speaking to you, buddy, so it's always a pleasure.
Thank you, bro.
With you, chopping. Of course, man. I got a comment here. You're welcome, buddy, and thank you. But Slick Rick says, "Love the Beast Comes at Midnight." He says, "Joe Castro is the man." Rick.
Thank you. Joe Castro is the man. I got to tell you. Here's the thing. I used to go out of my way. I used to write notes all around the computer of all the different people. I'm like, I got to thank this person, and I would try to do it. But I found out you just can't do it because you always miss someone. So now I actually undermention people. I don't do it intentionally, but then sometimes people feel like you're forgetting them. That's obviously not the case with Joe, but I just want to clarify that. But Joe is the man. Joe did a great job on The Beast Comes at Midnight. I would love to work with Joe again. Joe worked down here in Florida recently. I missed him while he was here. Salt of the earth. Love that guy.
Yeah, man. Good stuff there. Thank you, Slick Rick. I appreciate everybody up in the comments. Ed, you're the best, brother. Anytime.
You're the best.
Please come on. Now, I'm coming down. I know I've been saying this. I got to come down to Tampa.
Thanks for coming, Ed.
Hang in a bit.
Thank you.
Probably in the wintertime, bro, because I can't. It's too hot. Yeah.
I'm down. I wish you could have made it while Hogan's Place. I mean, it's still open, but some wrestling. I know you're a wrestling fan. Some wrestlers still go there. We have a couple wrestling buddies that live down here now. Maybe we'll get together with them.
Yeah, man. They're hanging and banging down there. That's
All right, everybody. Thank you very much. It was a pleasure, and I thank you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Big Ed.
Have a great night.
Get you back. We got to get you back on, man. This was so much fun.
Thank you so much.
Sure.
Have a great night.
Welcome, thank you, Big Ed.
Bye.
Good night.
Big Ed, man. Give it up. Give it up for Big Ed Mckeever. He's the man. We love you, Ed. We appreciate you, buddy.
That was a lot of fun. You know what's really funny? Before I knew that this was happening with Big Ed, I literally just watched Beast Comes at Midnight like a week prior.
And what'd you think?
Wow.
I loved it. Yeah. No, I loved it. But I was like, why does this look familiar? And then when I looked it up, I'm like, I just watched that. That's crazy. I really enjoy the film, hilarious. But I had no idea that was his son.
Yeah, Mad Mikey. Mad Mikey's the man.
Yeah, that was really cool.
And I love just the character development. I mean, it was I'm not just saying it because it's Ed, but it was very well done, written, shot. It just flowed well. It was fun. And it's, again, it reminded me like a homage almost to Monster Squad and the Goonies put together with his own twist to it. I love the werewolf. I love the practical, no CGI. I love that shit. So I did just an incredible job. If you haven't seen it and you're in the chat and you're living under a rock, lift up the rock and watch this movie, man. On Tubi, Beast Comes at Midnight. And Bitter Souls, while you're at it, check it out. Bitter Souls with Adriana Rose. I got some comments up in here, though. I want to get to Slasher Radio. Way too hot in Florida. Yeah, it's like this room right here, man. I'm dying. I need freaking air conditioning. Damn blazer. Oh, I'm with you, Mikey. 19. So for everyone on Horror 365 trivia question of the day, in the Jason X books,
Ooh.
what is Jason Voorhees' son's name? Son's name, excuse me. That's a good question.
Hunter, where
His
did
son's
you
name.
just make this up?
My God.
Man.
Anybody know that? You can answer that one.
Bob. I don't know.
Tony, anything coming up in the works or Horror 365? I'll get to that in a minute, Tony. We'll talk about that in a second.
I don't even know. Tony.
Trivia. No, not yet, Rick. We're going to get to the trivia moment.
I
Big
don't
Baby
know.
was fun. I just watched that the other day. It was a fun watch.
Big Baby was pretty sweet. Oh, yeah, I want to see that. I want to go see that.
Yeah, I want to
go
watch
see
that
Big
too.
Baby.
So much on my to-do list of things to watch.
Hey, so Sam, are you now Mrs. Bubba Sawyer? Did you get to keep the whole gimmick? Yeah, well, we're gonna get to that one soon, but that's that video is gonna be coming out soon. We're gonna put that together, that Leatherface and Stretch little homage.
That was so much fun.
Yeah, 100%.
And it was such a magnificent job. You know.
Yeah, yes, Mikey. We said happy
Big
birthday
Rob,
to
happy
the man,
birthday.
Rob Humphrey. We appreciate you.
Everybody
Rob.
follow.
Yes,
Yeah, happy birthday, brother. Everybody follow Slasher Radio, and we're gonna be on there tomorrow. We're gonna be on Slasher Radio tomorrow. It's gonna be Jimmy and Jay and myself, and we're gonna be talking Jimmy's movie. I'm not even gonna say what it is. We're gonna be doing that.
No, we're gonna say it. We're gonna say it. And well, it's Rob's birthday, so you know what? I promise you, I'm only saying it one time. Freddie's dead, so we'll talk about that. That's it. Fun watch, man. Another one. Yes, sir. Tomorrow is at. We're gonna be at the Wood Shop in Brooklyn. It's gonna be a badass time for Summerween. We were talking about. We had 2 killer bands coming out there. Yuchikatsu. It's a whole freak show they do. I mean, it's theatrical. I mean, amazing. You got to be there to witness it. They are incredible. And Karna is going to open up for them. We have DJ Shine, Martin Monster, the Monster of Ceremonies. We got some raffles, prizes. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're decorating. Thanks to Yaya. Shout out to Yaya.
This shit is going to be a freaking movie.
Yeah, it's going to be a movie night. Vendors out there, some cool vendors. So it's going to be amazing. And we're going to have some footage. We'll show everybody. If you can't make it, obviously you're in another state or obligations. We understand it's Thursday night. We're going to show you what happened, what transpired, and why you need to be at a future event for sure. But that's
we already have Nemo. We already got Nemo in the comments threatening the dance battle. You know, we know how Nemo gets down. Everywhere Nemo goes, she's battling. She's throwing it down. She's getting on the dance floor, and she's calling you out. So anybody there, you come in your cosplay, you come dressed regular, you come however you come, you better be ready to battle Nemo because Nemo's coming to take everybody's heads off. I call it a headhunter.
Yeah, Nemo, you have to try to get Jimmy to twerk, okay?
Why would I want to do that? I mean, listen.
I will pay to see that.
I could do the shovel. I could do the running man. I could take it back, do the running man. I tried to do the worm, but it looked more like the slug. So whatever. Yeah. So I got some the cabbage patch, little action here. I got some dance moves back in the day. The sprinkler in the chair, man. Come on, I'm turning around. There it is. Anyway. No, I'm not doing the fundraiser to get
Sam,
you guys should do a fundraiser.
Before you started, Sam.
And I'll tell you, you know what it's going to be? Those funds are going directly into a film. Those funds are going directly to Big Ed's next film. That's it. I'll do it. Fundraiser for Big Ed's film, but Jimmy will add a twerk video in there if you raise the money. I don't know. You guys want it. We got to do it. So I got to get my ass in the corner, bro. We got to raise this money for Big Ed's next film, man. That's what we're doing. I got it.
It's for a good cause.
It's for a great cause. That's it. So all the dozens and dozens of fans out here, we're raising those funds. We're raising those funds. You better pony up, damn it. You better pony up now. Anyway, Amar paying 120. We got our first donor. First, Amar's paying 120. There it is. Put it in the books. Anyway, guys.
Okay, my opinion, baby.
What the hell? Yeah.
Cheap classic. Yeah.
You guys have some sick fucking visions going on. I'm sorry. Sick thoughts in your mind. But if it's going to raise money for a good cause, Jimmy's out there. Yeah, Jimmy's out there. Jimmy will do this video. I'll get in there like fucking Mark Patton from Nightmare 2, and I'll start to touch me, baby. I'll do it. You want it? You got it, man. You got me singing and dancing over here. Wow. That's it. Can't sing and dance. You got to pay the band. Remember that? See, this is where I got to call it, Hunter. I'm sorry, man. That is something I won't do. I'm not going to watch Resurrection.
Slick Rick, I'll let you know right now, Slick Rick.
The money got to be right for that. The money got to be right. Oh,
Slick
man.
Rick, I have, hold on a second. Let me take a look.
Swift says, how many Blu-rays, DVDs on the shelf?
So far, it's 2,070, Slick Rick. 2,070 discs. Not only here, I have discs on that side. I have a wall full of movies. And that's just the stuff that's on display. I also have stuff in those books. Those those books. I have the books full of movies, full of Blu-rays and DVDs.
Those are all yours, Swift?
They bought them.
Yeah. This is all horror. This is all horror, and this is all genre. This is like westerns, action. We got
you got westerns in there?
Political thrillers. Yeah. Political thrillers. I got regular thrillers. I got what else do I have there? I got like sci-fi and everything. This is my genre shelf. And then over there, I got all of my classic films, and I got crime films and dramas and everything like that. You know, I kung fu flicks, martial arts films, all of that type of stuff, man. I have an insane library.
Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, in the top left,
Tony
I
D.
see there's like a
single comedy. I love it, Rob. He doesn't like laughing.
But he's got a video up there to his top left. I think it says secret video Jimmy twerking. Top left.
What is this obsession now? This is wild. You guys
Good choice, Swift.
Hey, listen, you gotta have it, man. You gotta have everything that people don't have. So I got exclusives over here,
I don't know how you got that because I don't even got that.
I saw Trainer Day once. I saw Trainer Day one time.
So we're gonna get right to the trivia. Let's get this on that note. Let's get to the trivia question of the week, and then we are going to let's get that on. Trivia question of the week. All right, guys. First person to answer this correctly in the comments right now, Brendan is the champ. Brendan from Terrific Podcast. But here it goes. What type of monster is the monster or creature is the creature in The Beast Comes at Midnight? First person to answer that in the chat. See who's paying attention.
First person in the chat. Let's go.
Rob Humphrey back at it again.
Nice.
Werewolf, Rob
Who
on
time?
his birthday.
Who time?
Takes the crown 2-time
Happy
champion.
birthday.
Birthday
Gift.
2-time champion.
Oh, man.
Yeah, shout out.
You know what? He won because he had better service. It came in quicker.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Rob got it.
Shout out to Rob Humphrey, the birthday boy himself.
Birthday.
Shout out, champ.
We got to put that infamous mugshot up there again for Rob as the trivia champ. You're the man, Rob. Appreciate it. Yep. Yeah, Rick was typing. Man, I was typing it before you even finished the question, but somehow Rob got it. Must have it. I don't know.
Yeah, you see what Mikey said. Mikey says Rob's old ass fingers can't move that fast. He cheated.
Oh my god!
Oh man,
I can't wait to hear that episode we just did with Slasher Radio. That's gonna be it was a lot of fun on that show.
Also, you want to know what else is fun? Everybody go back and watch Sugar Sean's show from last night, his live stream. It was a live stream with Our Life of Horror and Mikey Bones. Evil Dead franchise discussion. It was a dope, man. It was so much fun. It was a dope.
I'm pissed off, man.
Episode.
I fucking missed it.
Go check that out. I'm
sorry, Swift. I was coming.
I missed it too. I was at the Trauma event, so I watched it on the replay.
I was trying to watch it in the car as I was driving. It just would. it wasn't. I was getting pissed off because the service was going in and out. I said I'm going to watch it on the replay. So I definitely started watching it back again. I didn't finish it yet. But yeah, Sugar Daddy, Sean Rhodes, Sean's Horror Corner, Slasher Radio, Our Life in Horror, 3 killer content creators, amongst everyone else in this chat, man. Just a whole damn enchilada podcast. You guys are just phenomenal. Just all around, man, as content creators. And
I know tomorrow.
Terrific podcast. What do we got going on tomorrow? Swift, what were you saying? We got.
No, I said, whole damn enchilada. Slick Rick, he's coming on tomorrow night, 7 p.m. So everybody who cannot attend the Scream for Summerween event, go tune into the whole damn enchilada podcast on Facebook, on YouTube.
I'm still gonna pop in. I'm gonna pop in at the party.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pop in.
Why not?
Yeah, just swing by it. Yeah, man. That's it.
Yeah. And also check out the Horror Flick Chicks as well.
Horror Flick Chicks live. Yep. Thursday night.
Detroit.
I appreciate also. I want to say this
on Instagram.
I want to say this, and Swift, I'm going to give you. I'm sorry, man. I'm on fucking another right now. Just thinking about multitude of things right now with everything we were discussing. But I was saying that Tuesday afternoon, I'm very impressed and very surprised that we had the audience that we did the past 2 weeks on Trailer Park for Tuesday at 3 p.m. Very shocked. I mean, we had more viewers then than we do on Wednesday nights, which it was like, wow, we might have to switch the time. No, but it was a lot. It was a lot of fun just watching this with everybody Tuesday. So thank you. Just thank you guys, for whoever was on there, for taking the time to jump on and watch some trailers with us. We appreciate it very much. Swift, you got the floor again, buddy.
Absolutely.
Sorry. I cut you off. Continue what you're saying, man.
Yeah, no, I was just no, you didn't cut me off. I was just showing love and saying check out the Horror Flick Chicks, 7 p.m. Instagram. Check out the whole damn enchilada, Facebook and YouTube, 7 p.m. tomorrow Eastern time. They're doing I think it's the Saw franchise discussion, I think, because they finished it last week. So I think it's
Saw 10.
The whole put as a chat if
I'm glitching.
And shout out to the entire Fear Circuit.
Yeah, Fear Circuit, we got you back. There it is. Yeah, no, I appreciate that, Swift. Appreciate everybody jumping in the chat. Sammy, you were saying something too. I think I don't know if it was glitching just a little bit. You were saying a little something.
No, I was pointing out that he was glitching.
Oh, okay. There we go. Little glitch action. But hey, at least it wasn't like the other week, man. 2 weeks ago was pretty damn bad.
Yeah.
But we're back. We're back at it. Guys, it's been fun. It's been a blast. We're getting ready to rock and roll. Tomorrow night is Scream for Summerween Horror 365's first annual Summerween extravaganza. Many more to come. What we're planning. But tomorrow is the inaugural one, and this is going to be something special. So if you can make it out, amazing. If not, check out the post content out there and make sure you make it out a future event. You'll see the Horror 365 experience, because that's what it's about. Experiences. And that's what we're providing. Not only everyone that comes out, but everybody that's a part of the production. So it's a big family. It's a big party. Cannot wait for tomorrow night. Thank you all for tuning in. Stay tuned for next week, and we're going to be announcing the next week's episode there. Trailer Park, of course, Tuesday, 3 p.m. and Horror 365 live Wednesday night, next Wednesday.
Yeah.
So you guys are amazing.
Yes, indeed. And Tony Masari was asking about what we got next. We got Fang Fest. Fang Fest, September 4th, Friday night, September 4th. Come on out in your best vampire attire. You know, bars right there. Your best vampire attire. Come on out. We're going to have a lot of fun. The Amazing Theater, Fang Fest. Come on out. It's your best, your favorite bloodsucker, your favorite vampire slayer, vampire hunter. We're going to have a party. We're going to watch some movies. We're going to have a good time. Come on out.
Oh, yeah. We're going to be fanging and hanging September 4th. And it's going to be a hell of a time at the Emmaus Theater, man. So, if you want to get turned, come on out. We're going to be out there. Swift, you're going to be a vampire. Sammy, are you going to be here for that one too, Sammy? For
what?
Fang Fest. Are you coming out for Fang Fest?
September 4th, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have that on my calendar.
There we go. Sammy Joe's going to be in the building. We got almost a
Sammy Joe's going to be there, so everybody else better be there.
Johnny Sparks, Horror
Tickets
Daddy.
available now.
Yeah, EmmausTheater.com. Johnny Sparks, Horror Daddy, Swift, you're going to be in attendance. Sammy's going to be attendance. Paige, Storm. I think the entire team is actually going to be there for this one. So,
I'm gonna bring Yaya out. Yaya's coming out. You know, Yaya's going to be there. It's the Emmaus Theater.
Emmaus, PA. Emmaus Theater. It's going to be a killer time out there. Yeah, man. Can't wait. Stay tuned for those promotional videos, too, coming. And, we got a lot of cool shit in the works. So, I'm excited. Especially more news coming on that Comic-Con. They're making the announcement on the page August 19th. So, we'll be talking about that in the upcoming weeks as well. I'm looking forward to that event. But you guys are amazing, as always. Nothing but love. Thank you for celebrating Horror 365. And remember, it's not just a genre. It's a lifestyle, baby. We're going to see you tomorrow night and then next Tuesday, the Trailer Park. Yeah.
I'll see you soon.